right, boom. Hi, guys. Hey, 2020, welcome, earnings season. I'm Randy at RT Row.
And I'm Danai at H.ja. Happy New Year again, guys.
Happy New Year, guys. Here's a secret that we don't always talk about, or at least we always talk about and say we don't talk about it. This is our first recording for the year.
Yeah.
So 2020.
It's actually Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Big
We're
up.
paying it forward the last time. So
Yeah. Big up Miss Jillian, Miss Jilly J.
Big up. Start the year, right?
Did I say Gilly or Jilly? I have screwed it up again.
Her name is not Gillian, sir. It's Jillian.
That is correct. So, apologies and much respect to Miss
Jilly
J.
Yeah.
Started off the year right
The
talking
boss.
about the brick boss.
Brick boss.
The brick boss, Miss Jilly J. Started off the year talking about NHT, how to get this going, how to get the money going, how to buy your house, half of the Jamaican dream.
You know what's interesting? I haven't told Randy this yet. So just this week, so a guy at my office, he's going to he's eligible now for his birthday is the last day of the year.
Oh, the 31st. Okay.
31st, yeah. So he's first time eligible for his NHT refund.
Oh, word. I don't think it's linked to your age. It's linked to when you're...
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, so his birthday gift was applying for his NHT
his birthday come around and then his birthday was talking about NHT refund, and that's what I heard the conversation at first. So when I went around to his brethren's desk, he was telling somebody else. So somebody else heard him having that conversation with him and was mentioning that, hey, you know, the NHT, and then they were showing him a Jilly J article.
Word. You remember when I said to her that I know people who know her work without knowing her and not online?
Outside of Twitter. That's weird.
I've seen her files.
That's not weird. That's reach.
I've seen her. That is reach. Bigger up for that. I hope you guys checked out her website. I'll give her a free plug. First plug of the year from us. Financialsensibility.com.
Yeah.
And the sensibility is spelled like sense. So
Cents.
There we go.
CENTS.
First show notes shout out for the year. Check the show notes. You'll see that link right now, and that's me giving myself work again. But you know it go.
Yeah, man. Big up Miss Jilly J every time.
Yeah, big up every time for that. We had also an episode that we had done preparing for the year. So we had reviewed 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
through the plays and the gains. Lots of gains.
Just pull closer to it, so just in case we don't get the sound screw up. Are they like, he's good? You can hear him fine?
For once, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apologies. Guys, in case you don't know what that was me trying to tell Danai to sit closer to the microphone like you DM me all the time, people. Everybody tell me that. Danai, no fool. No, one guy sees on Twitter, at H.Danai. Follow him, talk to him, right?
Yeah, Randy, you're the popular one, so you can keep messaging.
I'm good. I don't need the popularity. I'll be like, what's that guy? Little Uzi Vert? And quit.
Oh.
Or what's the other one, the new one?
Prince Harry?
Ha! Yo, you're funny. And yes, we are definitely editing all of that out of the podcast. Oh wow. No. Big up Prince Harry. Big up the Queen. I'm Queen gang. Big up that gang. She drives herself.
Oh yeah, I found that very cool. I saw it. I was like, yeah. This.
If you follow history,
I don't even drive myself.
You're a Croft.
Damn right.
So
Croft with a degree.
Big up Croft with a degree on Twitter.
I rate his Twitter page so much.
Yeah, you hearing in the background, that's Bam, Sir Bam from the Babcast. Also, big up Bam for this year. We're doing this year either big or not at all. And since we're here doing it, we're doing it big. The Jamaica Podcast Network. Look out for it this year again. You have a podcast, shout us out, send an email, get in contact. What were we? We were just at the Queen, Prince Harry.
Yeah, we're running through some stuff.
And the person I actually wanted to mention was Lizzo.
Oh.
But you guys, how we reached Prince Harry and the Queen?
She didn't quit. She didn't quit her job. So
I thought she quit. I just saw a headline saying Lizzo quit. I mean, you're not really interested in
no. I think she just quit Twitter. I saw a tweet from her saying, she's done the Twitter thing because of the trolls. She's not about the trolls.
Did she delete her account?
I'm not even sure, but
I can understand.
I didn't follow beyond that.
I can understand quitting Twitter, but
Yeah,
whatever. Anyway, back into the new year, back in the new style. So we spoke a lot about 2019, how we closed it out. But we recorded before the year was finally done completely. And I think I was worried that maybe something important would happen on December 31st.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, it didn't. Did it? What happened between our recording?
It was the last trading day of the year.
Yeah, and
so I was like, what's going to happen?
yeah. And
maybe something happened and I missed it. Because remember, end of September, going back into last year, yeah. End of September, Barita's stock pushed up on the last day. And I found that interesting based
All right,
on
before
how
the
we
quarter
think they book
ended.
gains and So that was interesting.
What happened this year?
This year, I'd have to
End of
search
December,
through. End
31st.
of December, yeah. I have to search through to see what's going on. But interesting times ahead because I'm looking at the market now and opportunity.
Yes, it's for the first quarter, it's going to be a hell of an episode, I think. For the first quarter, it's going to be a hell of a year. What we're going to have happening a lot is the opportunity for a lot of people to make money in whichever way they care. So if you're one of those people who care about IPOs, and a lot of people care about IPOs, then you're gonna have a bunch of IPOs to care about. If you're one of those people like me and Danai and those other people, or people who have gone past the step one of getting into stocks, you know that IPO is once in a blue. I won't say once in a blue moon, but it's not what pushes what runs the market.
What really runs the market, what really runs the money. So I was running through our picks last year, and truly most of the money we make on the market isn't from IPOs. I had a conversation with the Telegram group we speak about a lot.
That you speak about a lot. That people DM me for a lot.
Yeah.
Again, pause. Good thing, guys. Let's do 2020 right. We always tell you how to join the group. All right. We tell you how to get in contact. Stop contacting me about it, but link Danai,
No, they've been linking me now.
They've been linking you. Yeah, man, keep it up. Don't link me. Link Danai. At Danai on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, he's Danai at everymickle.com.
All right, cool.
That's me making sure a whole heap of work go to Danai.
All right.
So yeah, link it. But tell him what's been happening in the group.
So we're speaking. So there's a brand new person. Like, he's new to the investing landscape. He listens to the podcast. I think he just hasn't pulled the trigger yet. He's looking at buying. He's looking at getting an account, working on everything, right? Starting to get into it. And his thoughts, there are no IPOs in the market that he's attracted to right now. But he's looking at his start to be an IPO. So I'm looking. So what we're saying to him is that, look, you're looking at the market. So you're looking to start investing. The thing you want is an IPO. The IPOs that are out now, you're not interested in them. So you're going to wait until an IPO possibly comes up, whenever it comes up, to be your start. So we're saying, hey, suppose no more IPO comes for the year. We think that's unlikely, but in the case where it doesn't happen, you just don't start investing.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Understand that the market is there.
And then, if you start and you make some losses, sure, but guess what? You never learned anything if the first time I pull the plug is an IPO.
Yeah, that's
so
gambling.
Yeah, it helps to be in the market, understand the market. And you again, my first stock was not an IPO. IPOs were there. I didn't get into it at IPOs, and I just started working. There was an IPO from the place I was working at. I just didn't get into IPOs at the start. I learned the market before I got into an IPO, and I did well in IPO just because of my prior understanding of the market from investing prior. So don't make IPOs be the be-all, end-all of your investing. Again, investing is to build your war chest. You want to have something building for you over time. You make a good amount of money. So whenever your goal is to access that money then you have something built up from your investing. If you wait on IPOs to be the thing, then guess what? You're missing a lot.
Yeah,
there are a lot of gains made outside of IPOs. I think of it this way. Where I look at my investing strategy, when I run through what I'm going to invest in for, say, the year, for any period of time, I look at year to year. So I look at the year and I say, what's going to be my money for this year? What's going to make me more money this year, right? I can't think IPOs because there's nothing out right now on this company. So how am I factoring what I don't know into the equation? Unknown, as I said before, unknown is risk. So I'm going to take the risk of this thing that I don't know about. When it come in, I don't know what's going to look like. And what's in prospectus yet. I don't know what kind of return to expect from this. How am I factoring that into my plans? So I'm looking for, I want to pop 100% IPO and then 10% IPOs come out. Then what?
And then what, right?
Plan gone. I never made 100% this year. I just made that. Or I say 100% IPO come out, like a bad allocation. I only got 5% of my money in there. Then I get mashed up again. So you really have to get beyond just the IPO mindset if you want to do this thing for you.
Yeah, and if you're actually trying to make money from stocks, believe it or not, like Danai started off saying, it's not IPOs that you really make the money.
It's not really IPOs.
Yeah, the market is open every day. An IPO for a company happens once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't make sense. Like, it don't make sense to do that. But I think I started poorly. I think I should start properly because a lot of people be listening to us for the first time because we got a lot of new listeners. So
yeah,
welcome,
definitely.
yeah. So let me do a proper thing.
Yeah.
Much as properly as I can.
Imagine this.
Yeah, right? So 2020 will start.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Right? Yeah, imagine, we're lost completely. What are these guys talking about? Who are these guys? I'm Randy. I trade stocks on the JSE.
Yeah.
I know a thing or two about that. I've been doing it for a little while now.
Me too. You've been doing it for a long while, sir.
A long while, but I'd like to not age myself, and which is my long running thing where that item the other day say, you're the only person who thinks you're young, right? Yeah, wrong. My parents also think I'm young.
Yeah.
But I remind them
Good
that
gauge your parents, you know?
Yeah, of course, the people who have to love me legally. So we talk about stocks, and it's a conversation. If you're expecting the business news, if you're expecting us to go through point by point, story by story,
All this made experts in whenever. No, that's not us.
that's not gonna happen. If you're looking for like complicated conversations around, the proper terms, and us going into really what what you're not gonna get that either.
And look, I'm rude. I didn't introduce myself.
You didn't introduce yourself
No, I did
properly,
not.
sir. Go ahead.
Danai Hall. I do stocks for an actual short while.
Yeah.
Not really short, 3 years now.
Yeah.
As of end of 2019. That was my 3rd year investing. But I think I have a good amount of expertise on making money on this market. For the 3 years I've been in it, I've been making money. But that's not my day job. I do risk analysis for a local brokerage house.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's me. And let's go, guys.
Yeah. This is earnings season. This is where we
earnings
talk
season.
about stocks. So if you are a beginner, if you don't know about finance, if you're afraid of numbers, you probably should be listening to this.
We try to lead it in the place where you're not afraid of numbers, where you actually want to invest, you want to get in a good place so you can start, and you want to make some money. This is what we're doing this for. We're not doing this because you don't want to buy a company and you sit down on the company and not making any money on the company. You want to make educated decisions. You want to do this to make money so you can put yourself in a better place. You don't get in a better place by losing money. I can't see where that would work out for you.
Exactly. So this podcast, to give you a little bit of history, started as an arm of my website, everymickle.com. That's a website that's built around bringing financial literacy to regular, normal Jamaican people.
Regular, every mickle make a muckle.
There we go. everymickle.com. Check the show notes. If you don't know what the show notes are, check either little info part of your app, or if you listen to this on SoundCloud, you click the little part that have the I beside it or something like that. But yeah, show notes are there. Or if you see it on the Twitter stream, usually I show the show notes also. Links are there that explains things. Like earlier we were mentioning that website from Gillian, financialsensibility.com. That's in the show notes. Stuff like that. That's what we do. That's what we do on this. We talk. We give our views on things. We're not always right, but we're also never afraid to say when we're wrong.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of the journey.
Yeah. Getting it wrong is a part of the journey.
Saying, hey, I'm wrong.
Yeah, and finding out why.
Getting it wrong can lead to being right. It can lead to making money just by being wrong about something.
There we go.
That might sound weird, but I think I'll explain that later.
Yeah, there we go. So podcast drops on a Wednesday, every Wednesday,
and
we put out the content that we like. So
feel free to pressure us if it's not out on a Wednesday. We do aim for it to be out on a Wednesday sometimes, but not often. So I don't want to sometimes. So things have come in the way before, but if it's not out, pressure us. People usually pressure us. So it's pressure us.
Yeah, pressure us fight. We like that.
Yeah,
we
like
like that social pressure. We get it out there. So if it's either will drop 11:59 p.m. on a Wednesday or earlier.
Yeah.
That's our promise to you.
We aim for a Wednesday.
So that's what we do. And we talk about stocks in a regular way. So we don't tell people what to buy. We're neither of us are financial analysts, as you heard. We're not financial advisors. We're not financial advisors.
We analyze stuff.
We are, yeah. We're analysts in the true sense, but we're not licensed financial advisors. And nothing we do on this show is financial advice officially.
We're just talking our stories, telling what we think. And sometimes we have people on the show that tell what they think. We've had licensed people on the show too. So.
Yeah, we've had a couple of licensed people on the show. And hopefully this year we'll have more of that. We like to bring people on that can enlighten you guys and entertain us. So that's a big thing.
Sometimes enlighten us. Give us some different perspectives so we can help us make some more money elsewhere.
There we go. Sometimes our episodes are long. Sometimes they're short. But what we try to ensure is that they're always interesting.
Full of value.
Yeah, there we go. So now you know what you listen to. You know who you listen to. Let's go. We're looking at the first quarter of the year. If you don't know what a quarter is, it's 3 months out of the year.
Yeah. Fourth of the year, 3 months of the year. So we're looking at the first 3 months of 2020.
What we expect to happen.
And what we expect going forward.
All right. So what has happened so far?
What has happened so far? So far, I've seen where 2 companies. Because I was looking at it and I was saying that 2 companies so far have announced rights issues. Mm-hmm. Well, not announced rights issues. So
announced intention
to increase their. Have they? So one company has, I would say, they have some level of intention to do a stock split, I think, from JAMT, where they mentioned that their directors are going to decide on a stock split.
And this is whom?
JAMT, Jamaican Teas. Company listed on the Jamaican Stock Exchange, Junior Market, and the ticker is JAMT. Ticker is also a little thing that the symbol for the stock to trade under.
There we go.
So yeah, they have said they're considering a stock split. One of their directors has been in the papers recently speaking about stock splits and how they affect companies and shareholders. So to me, it just looks to me like, hey, we're doing a stock split.
In fact, the director in question is John Jackson. Big up John Jackson.
Oh yeah, man.
And
industry heavyweight.
Yeah, industry heavyweight. Love him or hate him, he's there. You can't ignore him. Yeah, I rate him. And he spoke about a split. He spoke. I could be wrong, so I'll link. I don't have it in front of me. I will bring it up. I think I'm quoting a Loop article where he spoke about a split. He just said, it's not a rights issue. He clarified that. So I had done a tweet where I said, JAMT,
Yeah, because it said subdivision of shares in the
and issue of shares. But
stock split. It's not really split. They issue shares, but it's based on how much shares you have. So we call it a split.
Exactly.
So.
And to do that, you have to get the permission of the shareholders. So they're like, they intend to do it, and if we bring it to it, it'll have to be approved at either an AGM or a special AGM, annual general meeting. Yeah. But usually, these guys run the company and they also own the majority of the company. So if they say, we are thinking of doing it, chances are it's going to be done. Yeah, that's like me saying, I'm thinking of having lunch today. Chances are I'm going to have lunch today. Or realistically speaking, chances are I'm not going to have lunch today. I'm going to remember tonight and go, oh God, I never eat today. But yeah, the point is they do it if they want to. So JAMT said there's a stock split. I'll put that article in the show notes. And you're saying...
And another one, Pulse Investments. These are two companies we spoke about last year. We had favorable outlooks on them.
Yeah, that Pulse, boy. People listen to this and I know people have made money off Pulse.
Yep. I was looking at Pulse at $3 plus, and they're at $6 or $7 right now. Trading definitely at $6 or $7.
And I think they have more room to go just based on the fact that
new business coming in.
The rights, I think the world's, I don't think it's a stock split for Pulse.
I don't think so, but they have.
It's a rights issue.
I'm not sure. They haven't said. What they have said is that they intend to increase their authorized share capital. And they're looking for, at the AGM, the coming AGM, they're looking for shareholders to vote on it. So we're going to increase the share capital. So authorized share capital is the amount of shares that a company can have outstanding issued at any point in time. So if they increase that, then they give themselves more room, so more shares that are currently available to be available. So the way I see it, increase the share capital and then do a rights issue so we can get more money in the company and fund whatever else. And this is on the back of a $250 million US bond deal they had recently.
Well, they raised it already through a global note.
It was US, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so it's
US, well, it's US.
US denominated. So US, $250 US. $250 million US global note. So, yeah. Some money into the company. They have said they're going to, I think they have already retired existing debt. So they're debt free not debt free. I don't know about debt free, but I know that some of the debt that's in the company already is no longer there. I need clarification on debt free. Let me run some numbers.
Well, I know what they did before is they had 65 million. Out of the money that they raised from the global bond, the 250 million, I think it's Jamaican. I don't know if it's US. I think it's Jamaican.
Yeah. It was only very big at 250 million.
Yeah, right? but the global bond for 250 million Jamaican, they took 65 million of it and settled bank debt.
Settled bank debt.
Yeah.
Nice. So they have a lower debt burden right now. Well, not lower, I don't know. They have 65 million debt off the books and the net of that, of the 250 and that on the books. So 185 mil on the global note side. But bank debt is usually worse than bond debt because the payment period, the bank debt, they want interest and some of the capital being paid back. Meanwhile, the global bond, they pay the interest every whenever until the end of the day, they just have to pay the full amount. But by then, they probably refinance or they have money sitting down.
Yeah.
By then, based on what they do with money.
Or they can raise new debt and pay that one and go again. And companies do that, countries do that.
Yeah, definitely. It makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
I think up to June 2019 was the first numbers I could fling in front of myself. I don't know why, because I know that. Go on, talk. I will find some more numbers so I can give you guys some accurate, up-to-date numbers.
Yeah, man. So thing there. So to me, that's an intention to do something. You don't increase authorized for no reason. So my thinking is maybe a rights issue to fund the coming deals that they have. So they're expanding their real estate business. So they're going to probably use that to fund some of it.
Well, they've said that. They've said openly, again, another article, this one is in the Gleaner. They said that they're going to use the remaining 185, which so they use 65 to clear bank debt, and the remaining 185 is going to be split between Villa and I and Pulse Homes project. So they're trying to use, they have a lot of land up in Stony Hill near Villa and I there, and they want to put some residential homes.
They have a lot of land there that they're not using. Really.
Yeah,
so
they've always had it for years. Yeah. So they put forward the thing saying there's a possible rights issue, but here's the secret.
Did they say a possible rights issue? Or I think that's I think that's the Gleaner.
That's a Gleaner making that assumption, I believe.
And I think there is other possibility that they're right.
Very likely.
I'm thinking it's going to happen too.
Very likely, but they haven't officially said that.
Anything.
Yeah.
So I don't like talking out of turn.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Let's not put no words in anybody else's mouth. However, it's good that so let's simplify for the people who listen for the first time. The man them have some old debt, then borrow a whole heap more new money, probably at a better rate.
Yep.
Pay off the old debt, which is probably at a worse rate. Keep the rest of the money, and I'm going to put into building out Pulse Homes, and I'm already have Pulse itself, which is modeling and production and all of that, and also has a hotel in New Kingston, a lower cost hotel in New Kingston. So big up Pulse for that.
What's interesting to me about the New Kingston, so they said the space in New Kingston, I think they clarified exactly what they do with it, and they said 90% is rented out to businesses. So like there's hair salons and such. So it's recurring income in the company.
That's
so it's
true.
not like
pepper seed every Wednesday.
Exactly. I'm not really worrying about this guy will come and need a business hotel. I have 90% of that booked. Coming through a hair salon is there, and they need to use it. So they need to run
the space is booked. Yeah, I believe that marijuana place is there to Sensei. Sensei is also there at the top floor. Big glass place, you see them there.
So so business is there. So business is usually a better
turnout.
Better tenant.
A better because you have money coming in.
Money coming in.
Yeah, people coming into the actual place. Yeah. Yeah, so that's good
and
for
then
Pulse.
If you have a business environment around residential, so if I have said 10% is being used by people that are in a business hotel, you come to Jamaica and you see, if I can sleep beside Jamaica, a weed place in Jamaica, I have access to a hair salon, I can just do my business. I'm in New Kingston right there. That's a good location to have residential, well, not residential, but like an Airbnb type of thing. Like people come in the short-term rentals.
Mixed use, short-term rentals, mixed use, and mixed use, business use, which, like you say, is great. That's
a good place. And every now and then you see a party done by Pulse. So imagine
every Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, so
every Wednesday pepper seed.
That's a good place for somebody it's a Jamaican experience or anybody. You know how you go in Kingston right now with a lot of tourists or business tourists.
More people have more money, more things happening.
So it's a really good space. And then Stony Hill, you know that go. Good location, hotel in the hills. Yeah, good.
Yeah, but they're doing homes. They're actually doing homes
there.
Up
and
there.
Stony Hill is location. It's heavy location. Even JAMT.ja looking to put something around that area.
Yeah, I have a brethren who, I don't know if him still, I think him still live up there now. I'm listening now. I won't call him name. I won't load him up, but him know himself. I'm right near Villa and I.
I probably originally live around that area too.
Yeah, very nice area to live. Very cool, very quiet. Yeah.
Uptown.
Yeah. And they're doing this on the back of impressive results, no?
Yes, they have impressive results.
Yeah, they
pulled in a lot more cash than they have been doing. So for the cash people, they a lot more cash than they have been doing before. And you can see where they booked a lot of real estate gain.
Real estate
gain, but
2020 is the year of real estate. So and real estate gain in this case means that the value
of the properties are increased, which means I can sell it for more. If generally how we charge rent is this worth this, and I want a percentage of this, so my rent will be a percentage of this. So I can charge more rent based on this being worth more. You're in a higher class space.
Yeah, or so I can borrow against.
And you see that, good one, Randy. You can borrow against. So it's like you have a stock portfolio and margin it. So you borrow against the value of the portfolio. If I have a higher value portfolio, then I can borrow more money.
There we go.
I have a portfolio of real estate, I can borrow more money against it. Uncollateralized debt is cheaper.
Yes, because the land not going anywhere.
So the bank is pretty fine. Say, okay, take this at a lower rate because if anything happen,
we can take this land from you.
And the joke of higher rated debt, so a collateralized debt, there's a collateral, the building. Sure. it's easier to manage. So it's always funny that the guy that needs it the least will have have less problems paying it back. So I can pay 7% on this because of collateral, but without the place I'm paying, without something to back it, I'm paying 10%. So works all good to me.
Yeah, I think who was it that said it? I don't know. I think it's Bob Hope, one of them American guys who say a bank is a place that will lend you money if you can prove you don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the guy who doesn't need it gets the best rates. Yeah, because he'll probably pay them back.
I mean,
so
you understand the thinking, yeah. It's like,
yeah.
okay, I don't need this money, take it.
Because it's a function of risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as I was saying, they've done this on the back of the last results were September 30th, 2019. And they had at that point made, let me tell you, in revenue, they had made 149.3 million Jamaican just between, that's what, July, August, and September. Yeah, July to September 2019, they made 149.3 million in revenue and net profit 242.7 mil. So you know, obviously, that number, the net profit is higher than the revenue.
Yeah, because some software and subject to
expenses
because of the capital gain on the
property
increase.
Yeah, fair value appreciation in property. Yeah, they made as much in terms of fair value appreciation as almost as much in terms of fair value appreciation than they did in terms of revenue. So 145.4.
That's like your stock portfolio growing as much as
your day job.
Your day job.
Oh, which is something that you did last year, right?
Yeah. I think I got it and then I did it.
Yeah, so 242 in the end in terms of what they made. Profit from operations was 98 million. Yeah, it's a good thing to see. I'm happy that they're concentrating and getting things going.
And a lot of people don't understand pulses. Not, I don't think they understand. They don't know. Because you think pulse, you think the modeling. So other people they cut it off at, pulse are here, pulse modeling, and don't look any deeper. So this is the diversification should be good for people that don't understand. I saw a tweet today saying they don't really understand pulse's business. Let me find the tweet and read it.
And somebody saying they don't. Well, while you look for the tweet,
it's a popular Twitter guy too.
I'll just
Mark the Monk. He said, every week somebody sends me... Oh, no, wrong guy. Wrong Twitter.
Big up Mark the Monk.
Mark the Monk. Big up, brother.
Big up Mark. I'm supposed to be busy right now. First, start of the year.
Start of the year. New year, new me, Jim.
Yeah.
Pulse has a very ... different business model at this point. I'm not sure what Pulse is. And that's... For years, they've been doing real estate.
Yes.
People just don't know. So
the Pulse Investments.
Pulse Investments.
That's what they are.
They've been putting out some more marketing on what they do. You see them more in the rental space more now. You see the articles coming in the paper on the real estate business. But generally, a lot of Jamaicans know Pulse for the modeling.
That's true.
So I think people don't know that they make good money on the modeling too.
Yeah, yes.
So they're like, Pulse
serious
modeling,
money.
Yeah, serious money there. They have some top level models. I think they had the highest paid model at some point last year.
All the time. Some of the best in the world.
The best in the world, the top paid model.
The best of Africa and the Caribbean, they say. They have a presence in Africa also.
They're moving a strong African presence because that's the market. People love African models. So
that look tall, black, stately, you know? King line.
So
Queen line also.
Yeah. So good news for Pulse, good business.
Yeah,
I believe in it. Strong company.
So literally at the point where they're making the greatest profits that they've made in, I think, their entire existence. They're looking to make even more and stretch out how they make more money through real estate, through using the asset that they have already. Yeah, things looking good for Pulse.
I don't diversify often, but I love when my companies do.
Diversify, all right. So
the company is negating the risk of investing in that company.
Which
so I can expose myself to their profits only or sure whatever.
Yeah.
But they're making sure that they grab money from every single place and diversification. If that place go down, I'm making some money over here too. So my shareholders are happier.
There we go. Because their core, I hate to say it, but core operations, meaning non-investment property gains, profit from that quarter I just mentioned. The year before in 2018, it was 76. This year, 76 million. This year is 98. So that's a 30% just on that core.
Just on the core.
Yeah, not counting.
I hate core. I hate the use of core because core acts like the company can't do anything else. So using it like the core of the company and then acting as if the rest of the company. That's like me going to Grace and saying, core is foods because I know them for foods.
Exactly. So anything that they lose will be food, right? But as I've said, if Grace lose that money transfer service, Grace
can be very different. So the strength of a company isn't necessarily its core operations. Sure, I understand you're trying to come from the point of where they have expertise, but people buy expertise all the time. It's a reason why, you have a new business line and this guy you don't know, but you know he's great at whatever he does. He's been hired into the business because
Exactly.
we're bringing in expertise. Or you don't necessarily know the expertise of the current people beyond what they're doing right now.
Exactly.
Suppose this guy was in real estate management. Port's chairman, Kingsley Cooper.
Aha.
He used to be charged a management fee. It's funny. He used to be charged a management fee a management fee to the company for the management of the assets.
Well, I think,
And he cut that now.
he owned a separate company, which Paul's used to have to pay a management fee too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now he stopped that.
He stopped that.
And say he's just going straight with his ownership. So any money he get like the rest of us through dividends.
Through dividends.
Yeah, which is good because he
is
owns
good. And so more comes
most
to
of
us
the company.
with bottom line growth. More comes to us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really altruistic move, to be honest. But end of the day, when you look at something like that, you have to look at I also look at the fact that he was being charged whatever. He was charging whatever for the management. So he has experience in management of whatever. So when I say Paul's core is modeling, we're ignoring the fact that, hey, we're doing more. And the core modeling, if you're looking at core for that.
The core wasn't modeling either. The core the core is television, event production.
And there was the real estate gains.
Fashion business and the real estate. Yeah,
income.
what they do is everything that they do.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, telling me that they only do this as core, nah.
Yeah, they said they have 14 revenue streams.
Imagine we tell Berkshire that them only know investments, they must stick to it.
You mean they only know insurance, they must stick to it. You mean they only know distribution, so they must stick to it. Yeah. You mean they only know consumer goods, so they must stick to it. Yeah.
Everybody grows.
Everybody grows.
I think that's almost everyone's dream.
Yeah.
Like, imagine I start a company and I see where I can have a lot of money now and I can capitalize on this other market till one day my grandkids have a conglomerate.
There we go, and that's a secret, and that's the real point. Right? That's the real operation brick upon brick. Build it for your family. The CEO of Pulse is Kingsley Cooper's daughter, Big Herb, Safia Cooper.
Yeah, and she's doing a good job.
Yeah, and think about it. She younger, know about I guess a party space and
she
what
knows that
younger
scene
people
definitely.
care about. She know that scene much more, and that's why it's no surprise that you have like every Wednesday you have Pepper Seed there. Because that's an event, that's a cultural event, that's always packed, that's always relevant. That I could be wrong here, I'm guessing, but I'm assuming she had a major influence in having and keeping and bringing there. Bringing and keeping, because we've seen parties move all over. That one has stayed there and consistently there and consistently good. It's like a known thing you can go to.
That's good succession, that's understanding generational shift. So Kingsley did well for his day.
Yes.
But he knows that when the change comes, my daughter will understand her generation and she'll be bringing more the new generation with her. So we know how to capture that market because she understands that market from the perspective of that market. I'm outside looking in.
Perfect. And he did it. He actually stepped out from the CEO role, had her step in as CEO, and he moved up to be chairman. Yeah. So, he graduated himself to the board and allowed the day-to-day to run through his daughter. And that's generational wealth.
It's not been a bad job.
It's been a great job. Under her tenure, I have made a lot of money from Paul. So big up Safia Cooper for that.
Yeah, big up.
But we said this from the perspective of Q1. So they're starting they have a rights issue coming. We assume it's very likely.
I'm assuming a rights issue or something similar.
Yeah.
JMB the IPO last year. So there's I think companies are now exploring other ways of raising capital or doing business or doing corporate actions in the market. So our market is getting more developed. It's not just a regular that everybody know. So more things are happening. So I think something similar is coming. Increase the share capital, and here we are. Yeah.
Funny enough, back in my days of trading, so I said back in my days, it might have been before you started. It might have been just when you had started, November 2017. They actually had considered a rights issue. Then
and rights or a stock split.
A rights issue is what they were considering in 2017, and they had put it off because they said they secured the funding privately. Elsewhere. So I'm wondering if that funding that day, in 2017, they were going to the rights, watch the play. 2017, they were going to the rights issue, stopped it, and said they're not doing it anymore. And they were clear because we have received the money through a global bond. Well, I don't know if it was a global bond, but through another bond. And it was a bond, though, because I know cap market had something to do that. They had a bond from cap markets and they had funding from a related party. Probably maybe Kingsley did it privately and put it. That's what I think happens. And so they put off the rights issue. They cancelled having it. And that's in November 2017. I'll put that in the show notes also. And 2018 happened. They grew. I really like them. I mean, 2017, I think Pulse might have been like $1 something. You know?
Yeah, remember that? I was going
Yeah.
to $2.
Yeah, maybe
I was
they're
struggling to
them
pass the
times,
$3
yeah.
because the valuation
It
was
never
good.
touched on $3 them time,
People
man.
were not trading up to that.
Yeah, man, people never rate Pulse back then, man. But remember this, end of 2017, they'd have gotten money, and so they never did the rights issue. That's why they raised money. 2018, them put in the work, they got it going, and you started seeing them making money, but the stock price never really fly how it should. People never pay attention. People like
remember
me was buying, right?
Yeah.
2019, you start seeing the fruits of the labor now really coming in. And at the end of 2019, the man them coming with, boom, we're giving you a rights issue again. Whether or not they do the rights issue, what I know is that whenever these guys get money, they put in work, and within a year or two, you have a whole heap of good coming from them, right? But they're already on a heavy 2-year base. So these guys already know what is going on, what to do. So you can't knock that sort of expertise. You can't.
Not good business, yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of, when these guys have money, they know when they get money, they pull out of value from it. Sygnus.
Sygnus, you want to
Another
jump to that already?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, straight, because that's actually next on my list. Boom.
Another rights issue consideration.
Yes.
So
well, I don't know if it's consideration.
No, man. So corporate talk.
No. We'll all right. So if we're going corporate talk 2020, I'm dealing with everybody serious because it's business. The CEO of Sygnus said on Khalila's show, he said rights issue. Did he or did he not?
He said we're considering doing a rights issue.
Considering doing a rights issue.
That's how I talk.
Okay, cool.
Talk.
Yeah. So no, if he didn't say it, I'm not going to put words in his mouth. Big up. What was his name?
Berisford Grey.
Berisford Grey. Big up Berisford Grey.
Yo, that man knows a lot, you know. Like,
yeah, man.
Just hearing him. I messaged him that when I was watching the show.
Yeah.
Just hearing him speak about his company in the way he was talking about it, you don't get that a lot from. I'll be straight saying, other CEOs, they don't talk like that about their company. They don't talk.
Woo! Deny with the fire.
No, you don't. I think it's a big part of it is the quiet thing. You don't really. I feel like we don't hear from our business leaders unless we go to AGM.
That's true. Very few business leaders generally speak, and when they do speak, it's very canned, very prepared, and then they're gone.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
The business environment in Jamaica is changing. Them days done. People have to talk on the fly. People have to know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, you're going to get licked. Big up Khalila.
Big up Khalila because she's bringing a lot of that to us.
Yeah, she's allowing us to hear a lot of them speak and speak. Of course, obviously, a lot of it is prepared. I mean, it's TV. We don't want anybody to look bad, and we don't need people to look bad. We want everybody to look good because we get money when people look good. And I think, just adding to your point there, Berry did a great job on her show.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'll link her show in the show notes.
You didn't feel rehearsed. Going to earth, talking about it, this is the company. And when she referenced the loss on the quarter, that Q1 last year from the thing there, and the way he phrased it and the way he spoke about it, he's like, let me talk about my numbers. Just off the fly. That was really good to me.
That's a man that knows his company. That easy knowledge is obvious when people have it.
Yep.
I know to look for it in people when it's like you got a doctor and you have the doctor them where, but I don't know, and you have a doctor them that reassured and know them thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that the doctor that don't have that don't know, But there's nothing that can beat the calm reassurance. Like I know what I'm talking about. I'm not worried. The man who has to say I am king is no king at all. If you don't have to say it and it's obvious, it's obvious. A big up Berries for that. I like what he's been doing. Of course, I'm biased because homie has helped me make a lot of money.
They're preparing to make us some more.
Yeah.
He spoke about raising 35 million US. The company to date has a capital of 39 million or thereabouts, I think. So that's about doubling the capital of the company. Sygnus has been I'm sure I've spoken about this already, so you'll do it. Stay with me.
No, we have new people. It's all right. Good. Talk. It's fine. I'm sure people don't mind.
I'm sorry, but I realize company.
Somebody shouting at them radio right now. Don't talk, don't I?
So they're raising 50 mil from debt and 20 mil. They're considering raising 50 mil from debt and 20 mil from a rights issue. Right? So Sygnus is a very lean company. They don't have employees sit down doing this and they have pay. They have this administrative desk. It's a company. So Sygnus Capital Management manages and I think owns a part of Sygnus Credit Investments. So Credit Investments is a company we own on the market. SCIJMD, SCI Cool? So it doesn't have employees doing that. They just charge a management fee. They're just being charged a management fee from Sygnus Capital Management, which really does the day-to-day. We're structuring a deal. We take some money from Credit Investments and put it over into thing there. Put it over into the deal, and we make some money on that end. We structure the loans, equity deals for companies, private companies. Probably sometimes public. But yeah, they've been a champion of, we have some money, this money will work. It's not like, you go to this manufacturing place and you give them some money and they have to build up this place and then this place can get some money. They get some money and the money start working. Income starts coming on that same money, saying that because there's not much to it. If you need loans, get the loan and the interest payment is paying out. So to me, that's Sygnus raising double the money they had before. That sounds to me like, okay, we're going to make double the money we made last time.
Yeah, in fact, well, you said it in a previous episode now. They don't raise money unless they have something to do with it.
Unless they have something to do with it.
Yeah.
They did the IPO, and during the IPO, they had some other deals beyond what they were thinking. And they upsized of the IPO.
Yes, they took more money.
In short order, money deployed. And
went
then
through all like...
Here we are now.
Yeah. Sygnus's model, I'm going to get in trouble, I'm sure, for some people saying this, but that's what I do, is relatively simple.
It's like good business. It's simple.
But it's not easy. There we go. Sygnus's model is simple. They take money. I did it wrong. They identify opportunities first. That's the part nobody really want to pay attention to. Identify opportunities first. That fits to your point. And after identifying opportunities, they quantify how much money it'll cost, blah, blah, blah. And then they raise money to put into those opportunities. So you don't have to worry that, if you're giving Sygnus $1 billion, the $1 billion going to sit down in Sygnus bank account. Them only ask for $1 billion or them find something for $1 billion to go into already, which means that whenever Sygnus is asking for money, there's already something out there that they expect to make money from.
Yeah, these guys have a lot of experience, and they've shown us so far that on Khalila's show they mentioned that they have not had a default.
Yeah, because they're so careful about it's not common. It doesn't happen. It does not happen.
Imagine we're lending, we're fueling the SMEs in the Caribbean.
And everybody pays us back.
Everybody pays us back.
You know why? Because the man set up them things in a certain way. So even if you screw it up, all right, now I own a piece of a company. And let me tell you how you're going to run this thing properly. Yeah. So Sygnus it would appear to me to be a very good partner for certain companies.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. And we're talking about the growth. We want SME loans to be deployed. SMEs complain all the time. I'm sure at Sygnus, they do their due diligence. They want the companies to be at a certain level before they invest in them. But imagine they own a piece and the company wasn't 100 yet. They own a piece and then we can force structure so the company can be 100 and making those loan payments and the company grow while we own piece site.
Yeah, that's win on top of win. Yeah. Bottom line is,
I believe
Sygnus is good.
Sygnus is great to me.
Sygnus is great. Yeah.
Sygnus is great. So right now the PE is around 20 something. That's near the market, if not beating the market.
Let me put pressure on you, and let me put pressure on your people. Your industry people, by seeing what Mayberry has as their PE. So Mayberry has their PE for Sygnus SCI, and I'm just looking on the Jamaican dollar one. Sygnus have two types of shares, US and Jamaican dollars. The Jamaican dollar shares are at $27 as we speak, $27 flat, and the PE ratio on that is 12.57 according to Mayberry.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that.
Oh, word. You want to disagree with the people on air?
I don't know.
The truth is the truth. I don't think there's any quarreling.
And if they calculate it differently, then I think that would be the issue.
All right. So, guys, I'm not going to do too many explanations. I know somebody else is going, yes, Randy, Jesus Christ, stop explaining everything. So, we won't explain what PE is. If you know it, you know it. I will say, however, that in general, higher PE is generally considered to be worse. Lower is generally considered to be bad. It's not the be-all and end-all.
Again, perspective.
Perspective, yes.
Don't try butcher him.
Jesus Christ, yeah. However, I say that to lead into your point, Danai. So, tell us what do you think Sygnus's PE is and why?
All right. So, give me the EPS I have there. I use the EPS there.
Their EPS, which is earnings per share, their EPS, the EPS for SCIJMD, which is Sygnus's ticker or nickname, is currently at $27. It's currently
EPS not going to change based on that.
No. I just giving all the factors. I had to work it backwards, but I call it 2.15. What was that?
2.15?
2 cents? $2.15?
I think their EPS is using the EPS is using. So I think the calculation they have is only using the share capital of the SCIJMD, but they have to factor in SCIUSD
because the company actually has a double amount of shares.
Yeah, so it's not.
Does
double,
it though?
They have more JMD than they have than they have USD shares.
Meaning share number.
Share number. Because remember how the IPO was, you apply for anything you want and anything you get, whatever you wanted was what you got. So you apply for JMD or USD. If you apply for USD, then they issued shares to you as USD. If you apply for JMD, they issue shares to you in JMD. To me, that says there are more applicants for the JMD than the USD.
Which would make sense. It's Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica with it. Yeah. And we've seen where the effects of that are. There's much more trading on the JMD side.
Yeah, sometimes, for weeks, months, the US dollar stocks will just not trade. So somebody listening right now going, yes, come have my Sygnus US dollar stocks. Guys, US dollar stocks sometimes in Jamaica just don't trade a lot. It doesn't mean anything. A trade only happens when somebody else wants to buy and you want to sell, or vice versa. And if you're not one of those two people, trade won't happen. If those two people don't meet, trades won't happen. So,
all right. So I think the EPS for the total year was 84 cents.
Okay.
0.0084 cents USD at a 135 conversion rate. That's 1.134. So my PE would be 23.
23 is what you're working with. So you're working with a PE of 23. 23, it has more in it, or you just round it up?
23.809.
23.809. Let me see something.
So that's my PE.
That's your PE.
Yeah.
I'll work with that.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. Because the market average PE right now, obviously, that'd be say that number again. Let me
23.8.
23.8. 23.8 what?
81.
All right, so the average PE on the market at the time we're recording this, and we're recording this at the end of so let's say the first week in January.
January 11th.
Yeah, January 11th. So the average PE across the market is 26.5 times.
So they're below the market.
Yo, right. I remember having a conversation about 5 years ago or 3 years ago saying, I can see a case for the average PE on the JSE being 20, and it should be normal for a PE of 20 and thereabouts. And I was given hell for it because people expect the average PE range to be 10 to 18.
So I think what people do, they speak based on, so they're used to the average PE being what it was at the time.
Because it's always been that.
As far as I'm concerned, this is a good PE. And here we are.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell me that I can buy a company at a discount to the market, and I'm wrong for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So in the face, so Sygnus at a PE of 23 below the market. And then we're going to take some new money to make more money on. So I'm cutting down that PE as
significantly.
Yeah.
Don't knock the fact that
we're doubling the money in the company.
Yeah.
So
whatever we did with the money before was this good, and it's still turning because that money don't done. That money is still working, and it's
strong dividend last
brick
year.
on top of brick. That's like corporate brick. Yeah. So
and we're still crying. So Sygnus has not exhausted the amount of SMEs. The SMEs, we have a problem with SMEs getting funding in Jamaica.
Yes,
in the Caribbean generally, but so we're talking about Jamaica. Cool.
Yeah.
Sygnus has not exhausted that, because as long as Sygnus has been around, we still have the crying. And they're looking at the Caribbean, and the Caribbean going through things now where we still have that crying is heavy. So as far as I'm concerned, doubling this money, we still have deals left on the table. We eventually need more money for it. Sure, the deals we have no way turnover, we reinvest that money. But the way I'm seeing it, the demand for Sygnus is not going away. For their product is not going away.
And those guys are smart. They find themselves in every lucrative deal everywhere. You remember I used to joke about how, their marketing is so annoying because every single thing you see happening in the newspaper, when it's done, arranged by
Sygnus. And we say, here what?
Money. Yeah. Everything arranged by Sygnus.
We use that as a marker for when we should buy into Sygnus. Because we spoke on, we had a private conversation about Sygnus at around $9 per share for the share.
Yeah, and I tweeted about Sygnus when it IPO'd. I was laughing at them when they IPO'd because when they did the
upsize,
the upsize, they took
double.
more money, and I say, in general terms, guys, that means that you have kind of gotten less. The dollar value should be lower.
Yeah.
So I'm not jumping in there, and I'm happy I didn't. Then
It's funny because we spoke about it before IPO. I found myself in it. I sold at profit, thankfully.
You bought at IPO.
I bought IPO.
Okay.
But we were considering going in. I said, I didn't.
It would have been early days for you. Yeah.
I think I was lazy though, and I said, I don't want to bother deal this. So just pull the trigger and go. Afterwards, you say never go in, cool, whatever. I made money, but I jumped out as soon as possible because as far as I was concerned, if we raise the amount of money we're taking and the amount of shares by almost, but I bought double, then every single valuation I have right now is cut in half.
Roughly, but yeah.
This company was worth to me half what it was, what they were selling me at. So I had to jump. To me, it was, we're jumping out of this. Cool, it fell, but when we spoke about it afterwards, it was last year. It was either the end of 2018 or the start of last year. We spoke one side and you mentioned, you take a look at Sygnus. I was like, yes, because right now we're looking at how much deals that we're doing. Because we keep saying arranged by Sygnus. So numbers we're looking at a certain way. We realize that, hey, money coming in good now. And then the numbers drop. People weren't moving off of it. But we were saying, cool, time for running. Here we are.
And it worked out well.
And I think
managed to buy it below IPO price as a result. Yeah, buying from $9 all the way up. Now it's at what, $27?
$27, and it's still looking like
as far as I'm concerned, it's so funny. I think it is conservatively, if it ended the year below $50 or the equivalent of $50 now. So I don't know if them do stock splits later on or whatever. But if they end 2020, I won't say $50. I'm a bit conservative. 27. 40, 45.
I'm saying 40.
If they end the year below $40, I'd be very, very surprised. I expect to end the year above that. I expect them to have good deals. I expect them to find their ways in. Yeah, man. I think these guys are so good. They're the kind of guys I rate because, and I don't know any of them. That's the beauty of all these guys. I don't know these people.
Doing real good.
Yeah, so it's not like it's my brethren and I'm trying to give my brethren a boost. I literally don't know these people. I've never met Beris. I don't think I've ever been in the same room with him or anything like that. I just think they're good because they appear to me to be the kind of guys who can go into a bad deal situation and still make money. Yeah, man. They're the guy that can go in between two parties who are doing something very stupid. And even if those two parties fail, hey, we got paid. They're like the JPS of a failing company. Your company failing, but you still have to pay that light bill. So big up Sygnus. And you heard a number there.
That's us talking about the good part of being a bondholder. We don't often speak about that.
But that's true. That is true. That's a strength of bonds. That's a strength of bonds. Strength of bonds that if you
I'm an expense line, so
you have to keep paying it. Yeah, exactly. And it often means that you are less worried about maybe the day-to-day operations because no matter what, them have to pay me. Which I think do not know because I also don't know Kingsley Cooper, but I think that might have had some influence in the entire Paul's situation with him removing his management line because he had a management line and there's that thing where, essentially he'd be paid regardless of the performance. But him saying, no, I'm putting my payment through just my ownership through dividends.
It's better perform.
This man is saying, yo, I'm putting my stake on profit because he paid the dividends from profit. And he has a bigger stake than everybody else in Pulse. So if he believe it, I believe it.
Imagine that you have a bigger stake than everybody. You have a bigger stake than everybody else. And you were getting that secure management line
separately, correct?
And you say, cut that out. We're gonna make our money. Everybody going to eat at this table. So.
Yeah, everybody eats. I like that. You know what I don't think whoever did for JAMT? JAMT currently is at $7.30. So guys, I didn't look at my spreadsheet till just now.
So check the PE though.
Woo! That's $7.37. The PE is 12.9 times.
Strong. In the article we mentioned where Mr. John Jackson was speaking about, he did mention that the market is at a PE around 20, rough. And JAMT is trading at a PE of 10, 11. So
JAMT is trading at a PE of, thereabouts at the time,
So imagine that. We're half the market PE and we're trading at half the market PE. So like undervalued.
That is undervalued. There's all sorts of things you can do when you have that kind of undervalued situation and you own a heavy amount of the shares. It gives you a certain level of freedom. It gives you a certain level of freedom. A level of freedom that is very good, I think.
So what were you saying we didn't do for JAMT?
We didn't just give a price because I gave the price just now for Sygnus. Just a price guess. Again, we're not licensed financial advisors, so we're just guessing here, guys. Educated guess based on what we know and what we see and project.
Well, we saw strong gains from them for the QWI, for their investment portfolio.
So they own QWI.
They own QWI.
30-something%, I think. And
they'll be even getting payments. So they get payments from QWI, and they'll be getting a dividend from QWI. If QWI ever pays a dividend, which I think they, based on our prospectus, they intend to pay dividends. So, to me, JAMT is not.
still something.
So,
But let's be realistic. I think they're going to book a loss.
So
I think they're going to book a loss this quarter. Because we're talking Q1 here.
Q1. So JAMT has QWI in it, right? So because of the way I think they're booking QWI as a subsidiary based on the last results. With that in the way, QWI's NAV, which is the net asset value, has fallen from the start of the quarter in September, end of September, and to the end of December. The NAV was higher at the end of September than it was at the end of December.
Correct.
Which to me means after we take the money in the company, we trade whatever, the value of the assets have fallen. The assets they hold are equity in companies listed on the JSE, right? So to me, that is our portfolio has gone down. So they book profits and revenue as investment gain. So gain on investments, FVPL. So to me, that's we made a loss. We have a loss position right now.
In other words, the portfolio is down.
Fell.
The portfolio is fell. Yeah.
And because of how much money that is, that's $1 billion. And JAMT's exposure to that will be, we're going to book that last line.
They have to book. In other words, they have to book the difference between the value of their portfolio at the start of the quarter and the end of the quarter.
So that's a loss to them. And QWI is so much money.
Yeah, QWI is so big
that it very likely will run JAMT into a loss position.
Yes.
Yeah.
So. Which conspiracy theorists out there might say that might be the reason for JAMT pushing a stock split. No, a possible stock split. No, because a stock split usually excites the market and shareholders and usually pushes that share price up. In fact, from the talk of a stock split starts
moving.
I believe that it has started moving the day after. I could be wrong and I'm just trying to bring it up. No, but I think since they started. I think so too,
yeah, man. Because JAMT, they've been bouncing around at 6.5, 5.6. I think it's the first they hit 7.
First they hit $7. Did they break 7 when they had QWI, and if you are a JAMT shareholder, you could get it?
Maybe. I think so. Okay.
Maybe.
So I'll just they hit 7 after trading for a long period at 5.6.
Well, yeah, when you're looking I'm looking on the chart and it's a jump. It is a hell of a jump by the time they jump. Yeah, man, it's a hell of a jump after the thing. But there was a big move there, yeah? 5.6 million units traded one day, January 8th. Somebody made a big move in, or someone, and also someone.
Definitely, somebody made a big move in.
Somebody made a big move in. Somebody made a big move out, but somebody made a big move in.
Yeah.
And then after that, January 9th, $7. Boom, one day. And after that, January 10th, $7.37. So it's still trending upwards. That's not a stock to take lightly. You want to talk some real talk? You know, we don't usually do this, but I mean, we can talk. We'll say it comes out. You guys hearing this on Wednesday, so hopefully then any moves that we had to make, we'll hopefully make it before you hear this. A loss for this company, I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward.
So I was thinking of the same thing with Sygnus, where we said they made a loss.
Yeah, last year.
I can just sleep on that company because everybody going to be going, the PE high because they made a loss, whatever.
Yeah. Complicated.
Cool. I'll come back when they make money and we'll talk about how much how much this is worth now. So the loss will prove all the naysayers right.
I hope so. And I hope they sell.
The truth is they won't prove, but
no, that's fine. I hope it sells. I have a business with them. I just hope it sells. I hope they sell. I hope they jump out.
Yeah, and it pushes an opportunity forward.
Yeah, man. I don't mind if the share price drop is at $7 odd now. With a great PE. So if you had before, it's not a bad time to buy. I would say I would think of it that way. But I would love to see the loss because the loss means it would fall. Hopefully,
Yeah.
the share price would drop. And if the share price drop, you know who's gonna be buying it up.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's waiting.
QWI also. Yeah, QWI. Well, obviously you said you the reason. So QWI is probably gonna book a loss
Book a loss.
in NAV.
And QWI has been trading below it now.
Not book a loss. Does QWI
It'll book a loss for the quarter
because of how they hold it and how they recognize it. Correct. However, them having a loss doesn't mean that it's a bad company.
It does
but people will think that, and they'll say, you see what the problem is,
exactly.
and it will drop. But the company is still a company. People still going to work every day. Those people still putting in work.
For a whole year, you have a portfolio, right? Say they're really good in Q1. Q2, you ended the quarter. You end Q2 less than the position that you're in Q1. So you made a loss in Q2 on your Q1 position, right? You're still not back. You're not back to base. You never lose any money over the 6 months. But guess what? You made a loss in that quarter. And in your report to yourself, you're writing a report for every quarter. You see the up and down chart, and you say, "Boy, say
what did that mean?
Q1, I made a loss in Q2.
Yeah,
but you end the year strong, But that one loss position make everybody think, say, boy, in PE low,
things like that
high,
great.
Look, guess what?
The things like that great.
So I believe in the expertise of the company. They have a strong team managing that. They have a strong board. Yeah, it's funny. I don't often say that. I hate to use that as a gauge of a company.
Funny. Yeah, same way.
Yeah,
I don't really give a damn about the board. I know.
I give a damn to a level. Like I give a damn to the point where but you can still mess up. So guess what? I'm going to take this a grain of salt. Like you're on the board.
True.
But show me that if you can show me that your value is coming through.
Yeah.
Then sure. But the thing is, this board and the type of company it is.
There we go. Actual expertise and proven expertise for QWI. John Jackson, David Stevens, and I don't want a couple of other names.
But the thing is, these are the popular. I use those often. Those are the popular names. People know those names in America.
Yeah, but the other guys are strong. And years of experience.
But I think the problem is the general people that are not in the investment space don't really know them. So that's why. But if you look at the experience, the prospectus outlines experience of the board.
Strong.
So you know that the board is strong. So
yeah, man. Stalwarts and stalwarts who have made their name off multiple things, not just one thing. Multiple things. Yeah. Yo, John Jackson threw a lifeline to KWI, KIW. That thing, when I say lifeline, man, bring it back from the dead.
Yes.
Like completely from nothing.
It's like, we're a dormant company. And a bad part, we had a lot of shareholders and we're not really doing anything. Remember that?
That's true.
Imagine
nothing
you're in a
on.
private company
and
our property operations are down and you got in when it was public, but you can't sell. Like you try to contact the registrar. Hey, we're not taking shares at this point. You carry. Find
you have to go find somebody who want to buy. Who want to buy? What if own? A warehouse.
John so
Jackson
if me we can buy the warehouse? No, there's other guys and they own a lot of it. If we buy from them too. It's not really happening. John Jackson bring money into the company, into KW.
Bring opportunities. Buy it out, turn it around. You know, after John Jackson? John Jackson make money off last year. Last year or the year before, he make money off Siboney.
Yes.
Consider that. Anyway, that is powers. That's that you can't fault that. So yeah, big up John Jackson for that again. These guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Hazard a guess on a price. 7 something now.
7 something now. PE 12.
But they have a loss coming.
They have a loss coming.
Well, we think they have a loss coming.
Yeah, I think they have a loss coming. So,
and their tea business in the US has went through a little stalling.
So 9-10.
9-10? In a quarter, in a March?
In a quarter, in a March. So the results come out with the last, I think. Oh, yeah. I can see people pushing that down to around 5s.
You think it might end March in the 5s?
It might just. The loss might just scare people.
The loss will scare people.
We know a lot of skeptics are there.
Yeah, man. The loss will scare people.
It's not a cash position. You're not getting cash from this business.
There we go.
So that type of thing. So
the loss will scare people. So you think... But on the flip side, a stock split might excite people.
Might excite people, definitely. But then depends when the stock split is. So if it happens soon and then...
When are the results? I think that's the important thing.
Results are coming. Oh, soon.
What's soon?
February, it's the Q1 for JAMT, so February 15.
is when it's due, 45 days after the
45
end of the
days after the end of the
quarter
quarter.
or earlier. Yeah.
So February 15 there. But
February 15. Last year, they had reported on at February 13. So, rough then, mid-February, Valentine's Day. So if
Nice
they
to present,
announce
you
it,
know?
if they
Can buy
announce
a
it,
girlfriend something with the gains.
hey, big up that. Actually, right there. Look, keep your eyes and your ears out, guys. There might be something for that. Yo, you love get yourself in trouble with your girlfriend. But so you think 4 or 5? It's such a I love exciting things like this to see where it will end, because I don't know if it can end March. If they report a loss in the middle of February, but they also report the stock, so I think they might do the stock split before and apply. I am guessing here, stock split announcement officially before, and I don't think the actual stock split time. I just think the news around it can happen. Because they need an AGM to do it. I think the AGM is around March. Could be wrong, but I think it's around February or March. If the loss come before the stock split, you might have issue. Or it depends on how these guys are thinking. So if the loss comes before, then it might fall and the stock split might send it up. Or if the stock split come before, then it might fly
And
then it falls.
After that stock split.
It falls. It depends on what they're thinking. I don't know, but I'll give my guess on it. $7 something now. End of March, I will give them 4. Hope I'm wrong. 450. 450. 450.
I can see it doing that,
conservatively.
especially with the amount of shares. The liquidity isn't that great right now, which is why we have a stock split.
Which is why we also need to have a stock split, correct? And John Jackson is quoted as saying that in a Loop article, which I need to find. But we'll say 4 or 5. One more thing. Who else did have anything? So we talk about Sygnus, we talk about JAMT, we talk about Pulse. Anything else in the market? IPOs, we half touch on it. Or we'll talk IPOs and then we'll wrap this episode. So let me talk before we go to IPOs. We'll talk industry. Big things happening in industry.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Everybody coming with something.
Yep. Everybody coming with something. I have a tweet somewhere where I said some time ago, maybe a year or 2 or 3 ago, where I say probably last year. So I say last year. I still in that phase where I say last year. I think in 2018 instead of 2019. But I think in 2018 I said something about, or it could be early 2019, something about like the industry annoys me in how non-innovative it is sometimes. You know?
Somebody do something.
Yeah, man, we wait for everybody move like, the industry move like empire, but there's no cartel. It's like cartel need to do something and then everybody will start following. So you notice rights issue. Not really a big deal.
It's so funny because
Barita Commando rights issue. No, everybody and them cousin rights issue.
They just found out about it.
It's like it's new, even though it's been around for what? For hundreds of years? Centuries. Centuries.
It's
literally
weird.
centuries.
What is the funny thing to me? We look at the market. We always talk about how much capital the market can absorb at this point.
Yes.
Because there was a free capital floating around.
Yes.
We need a home. Cool. So we look and say, hey, there's a lot of space for IPOs. But we don't look and say there's a lot of space for rights issues. Like,
because we call them different things. Because if you think in terms of value,
but
it's just a product to pull money.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like, listed companies also have cash needs and they can raise cash through the market by issuing more shares.
Everybody always know. Everybody who was school for it now. Companies have 2 ways to make money: debt or equity. That's what
equity, and then they tell you equity. Oh, equity is IPO, and then it stops right there. Wow.
It's like, no, it turns out there's more you can do with equity. Equity have a lot more, and debt is debt. We know preference shares because at one point preference shares were very popular. Preference shares popularized. Yeah. Speaking of preference shares, we should say this, and it speaks to your point where you're correcting me quite correctly about Sygnus. In their official notice, from Sygnus, they don't say rights issues, and they don't really say equity either. They say Sygnus Credit Investments Limited has further advised that the capital raise will be done in various tranches and may take the form of bonds, loans, notes, or preference shares. They mention nothing about equity there. Where we get it from that there's equity, I'm almost tempted to see what he actually said on Kalila.
So let's come to this $35 million US that you guys are planning to raise next year. How are you going to raise that money?
Our intention is to really tap both the equity and the debt capital markets. We are already far down the wicket in terms of the debt side. in terms of we already have commitments, and we will close that fundraising by the end of this year. On the equity side, we are assessing the possibility of a rights offering, and that will be early in the new year, and we will advise the market and the shareholders accordingly. At the end of the day, these are essential strategic imperative for Sygnus credit investment in terms of driving growth and shareholder values. The demand is significant, and we have designed different products which the medium-sized markets really like, and as a consequence, we are seeing the demand.
So a rights issue would be coming up early next year. Can you say at this time, what's the mix between debt and equity that you're going to be looking at?
Good question. The mix is going to be probably about 15 million in debt of the 35 and 20 million in rights issue at the right time.
All right, you heard it here first, listeners. Sygnus coming to the market with a $20 million rights issue early next year, somewhere along those lines. Am I right?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay, good.
I mean,
a rights issue doesn't necessarily mean that it's ordinary shares either.
true.
It
So
can just be
exactly, it can be preference shares.
Preference shares issue.
Well,
too.
no, preference shares depend on how you do them, and most times how they're done, they look like debt.
Yeah. So
But
they don't really act like equity because they're not tied to the profits. They're tied to the debt. So the payments of them is it's like a bond.
But I think technically they are equity.
They are equity, but it depends how. It all the time depends on how the company sees them too. So
And however the company deals with it is how you have to book it. So if the company deals with it like debt, like JMB 7.5 preference share, they have to deal with that like debt, even though it is equity. Because if they don't pay it, I think there's a clause in it that causes it to become equity. And so
oftentimes,
yeah. So just because I'm say equity, there's options there, and he was very careful. Big up Beris for that.
He didn't sell space because they have to assess what's best for the company. So
yeah, so just in case you guys didn't hear what we watched us on, in case I never got the permission, what we heard was Berisford on Khalila's taking stock, where he said exactly what it was that he was thinking, and he said that they're considering the possibility of a rights issue early 2020, and they will update the market on it when it happens, right? I don't know if we at this point we still don't know the update is, so it may not. You're right. It may not be a rights issue. They may have just decided not to do it. And to his credit, he did not say that they're doing a rights issue. He said they're considering a rights issue. So it's very important that we get the wording right.
Definitely.
Yeah. And that's good. That's good. I like that. I hope there's a rights issue, obviously, because the market understands that.
End of the day. More money.
It's more money, yeah.
More
And you know why I think it might be a rights issue? Why people wondering what would be the difference? Why would they choose one or the other? Rights issue is free, essentially. They don't have to worry about paying anything else out in the future, as opposed to debt raise, where
and the company isn't burdened by offering more shares to share. We have more money in the company. And continue. We're not paying out anything further.
Yeah,
There.
It's just straight. So here's hoping that's what it is. Beat them up for that. So I don't remember what made us go down that tangent, but I just wanted to do the correction because you're right to say that. But I also remember that he had actually said the word, so it's very interesting. I love how Q1 looking. It's looking very exciting.
Strong.
Proven launched their own
My IPO Pro.
IPO Pro.
Yeah, so it's an application center for IPOs. So you go there and apply to IPOs. I think you can apply to the IPO from whether or not you have a proven account.
So they're taking a page out of the book of NCB Cap Markets, who started that with Go IPOs. So My IPO, guys, check the show notes. The link will be in there. Big up Proven for doing that. myipopro.com. All right, I'm checking it as I talk to you.
That spells good for Proven.
It should be.
It should be, because if you look at it, Proven, I haven't seen where they've done a lot of IPOs, but to me that looks like, hey, maybe I have something in the pipeline.
Yo, in my view, over the last year, in 2019, Proven started coming to their own. Yeah, man.
Like,
Proven start move
let's
different.
make this money.
Yeah.
They're moving with the times. They're coming into the market. So you have a lot of the silent broker thing. So you have some brokers that you feel like they're not really doing much beyond, or they come open
whatever
an
they're
account
doing.
and you
Yeah,
trade.
yeah. And some of them work quietly, privately,
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know, but
You want to keep your money, or you want to keep your money, but
proven look like they're
proven,
really bringing
listed
it.
company. So
Yeah.
I'm happy it's them because I can benefit from that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So to me, it looks like, hey, we're doing a lot of deals. They have a lot of private deals where they buy into companies. So they bought private equity
Yeah.
deals. They
They bought into
the
Dream other day. Yeah, they own 5% of JMMB.
JMMB.
No, they own 5% of JMMB or they own 20%. Oh, and I get this wrong enough. JMMB is an associate of them.
Yeah.
So they have at least 20%.
At least 20%,
Yeah, they own 5% of Sagicor
Sagicor
Financial Corporation
through
JMMB.
Yeah.
Correct.
They have the access. Well, they had access.
Well, they still own a
They
good
own
piece,
still own
of
a piece
access.
of access,
Yeah,
but they sold some of it. But yeah, so and then no, you see where so them doing this to me, it looks good.
It looks like them stepping now towards the actual IPO market.
And, I think I saw something from him recently because I think that they also have a thing there that increase their share.
Boom!
Yeah.
There we go. They just released something to say that they're increasing their share count to do a rights issue.
Right. They said it to do a rights issue.
You see me running ahead again.
The speculation.
The speculation pushes you there to think that.
But you know, the thing is, it's reasonable speculation to me,
which is our style. You know, you make a educated guess.
Nobody. So when I hate to start, I know where they're coming from when they say, "Oh, speculators versus investors," right?
Speculators serve a purpose, and I don't know when that became a dirty word.
At some level, you're always speculating.
No, not at some level. Every level. Just sometimes you can fool yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sensible investors speculate. It's just that you're framing speculation in the point of, oh, this makes sense, this is reasonable, and this looks like where we're going. I'm going to confirm as much as I can. You cut your risk. But to some level, you don't. At every level, you don't know. You don't know the whole story, but you think that's the story. Or this is where the story this is what the story looks like. If you're right enough time, then you're a good speculator.
If you're right enough time, you're a rich speculator.
Very right. So yeah, they're doing that. So that's more money coming to the company to do what, I don't know.
Well,
but yeah,
those guys don't fool around either with money. They don't sit on it either. And like I said, for the last year, they've been going very, very, very hard in the market. So not just the market, but I mean within the finance space, locally and regionally. So let's see what they come with this year, 2020.
They have a lot of St. Lucia, don't they? St. Lucia's banking sector.
I believe they own a bank in St. Lucia.
Yeah, like St. Lucia's strong, you know. Like in terms of the amount of money that flows through St. Lucia.
St. Lucia is
a tax haven.
A tax haven, thank you. I wanted the right term.
Because of the way they do the taxes, out of big corporate across the world come to St. Lucia to be domiciled there, just so you can say, hey, I want some tax incentives. And if I'm there, then if my banking is there, then a lot of money running through me. So the legal for law and banking in St. Lucia make a lot of money.
Yep. So imagine an investment bank in Jamaica owning an investment bank in St. Lucia.
Gold.
Yeah. Now imagine an investment bank in Jamaica approving you as a small startup in Jamaica also, saying we can offer you many bits of financial help, including holding some of your assets, or maybe even relisting your company, reincorporating your company in St. Lucia in order to get a tax benefit, and then still listing it in Jamaica, which is something that is done and can be done. Yep. Yeah. And then now your dividends have no tax, and your corporate tax is 1%. All sorts of things that can be done. So bigger proven, they're moving different. Yeah, man. They're moving. What I see in 2019 is like a different proven to me. I never cared about proven before.
Remember, I had it as a company I found very boring.
Yeah.
So Wigton Mayberry popularized the selling agent thing. So since Wigton,
which I've not forgiven them for all now, but
no.
I understand good business.
Why I forgot exactly. To me, it was, why are we doing this? Everybody
you're setting a bad precedent. I said that. Yeah.
What they saw was, I'm going to give you a reason. I'm going to incentivize you to sell my IPO.
Yes.
I'm going to pay you for it. NCB and Proven are in a good space right now. So the fact that their IPO application allows you to apply for an IPO while not holding an account there.
Aha.
So if I am a selling agent say I'm not a selling, say I have a regular IPO, there's no selling agent clause in it, right?
Let's say I'm one of the brokers that don't have one of these facilities. It makes sense for me to have one of those two guys as selling agent because
Yup.
immediately people can apply through it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what people want to know, what's the point of applying through it? It makes it faster. You find out about your allocations quicker. You don't have to go wherever that place is to get your application.
Or wait on that letter that you maybe don't get.
Exactly.
You check your mailbox, you don't get it.
Exactly. A lot of people, we tend to, by default, forget that Kingston isn't Jamaica. There are Jamaicans all over Jamaica. There are Jamaicans listen to this all over. And they, including outside of Jamaica. And this facility allows people who aren't in Jamaica or who aren't in Kingston.
Streamline the process.
Yeah, man. You can apply from anywhere. Yeah. And everybody is doing it. I like that they're stepping up to the plate. So NCB was the cartel in this case. The cap markets set the trend by pushing out Go IPO. And then we saw who followed quickly. I know JMMB.
JMMB.
Big up JMMB. They followed.
Yeah, and the APO had it.
The
You can apply for the
APO,
APO
yes.
through the money line.
Which I did.
Alright, money line, no. The fact that everything will just be home here.
Moneyline, I can never stop knocking. I can never stop singing praises for Moneyline as something that I started out on, and it really helped a lot of people started out. So yeah, big up Moneyline. Long before anybody else was doing it there. In fact, in that case, JMMB was the cartel, because JMMB would have been cartel from when cartel was Vibe, the Vibes cartel, part of the group, or when he was Addy the War Angel. Not showing my age. Yeah, sorry, I'm a big cartel
even
fan.
I know that, so you find me that.
You know when Addy was the War Angel?
Yeah, so it's funny because I'm sorry, Mom. I was in the cartel in primary school.
I listened to cartel when him did boss. Like when him just start, when he was
And that
still
was primary
carrying
school for me.
cartel, when he was still carrying killer jacket for him.
Yeah, and that was primary school for me.
Yeah.
All they want to feel after.
Oh, God, I feel bad because I remember as in maybe in second or third form.
Okay.
Yeah. Adito the War Angel. Cassette Ninja. Anyway, big up Cassette Ninja. Yeah, it's good to see the industry changing from that, where it was just JMMB with Moneyline and people ignored it, to know where if NCB does go IPO within the same year, people have to come with something like it because we can't allow the innovation to pass us by. Yo, they were the only ones with Moneyline for like
years.
I want to say over 10 years, you know.
I think when I came, people were still asking, this broker have an app, this broker have an app, and some brokers still don't have apps to this day.
Yeah. I mean, not go IPO. JTrader, the app from the product from JSE is what? I don't think it's 6 years old. I think it's 5 years old.
And the thing is, think of JTrader, how popular it was before you spoke about it.
It wasn't.
Remember when I just went to that group, there was nobody on JTrader.
Yeah, nobody was talking about JTrader.
I only got on JTrader because I work at a place and JTrader
was
just
part of
open
it.
to them, and somebody said you can big up Leo. He was one of the analysts at the time, one analyst and equity trader. So I don't think he was using JTrader at the time, but he mentioned it to me because he had the luxury of work at the trading desk. And he just said, there's a web application
that allows you to do the same thing.
And so show me it, and I went on JTrader, and I came to the group, and you guys were like, what is?
What's the point? Yeah.
And then I remember the first when I actually put money in and I post the queue. And then you're like...
Yeah, the second I saw the queue, I was like, hold on, wait, what's that?
We're doing this.
The second I can see what everybody else is doing, because that's how it worked. Big up the guys from 876 Investor. One of them said something to me the other day. It was sending me something that I'd known already. And sorry, I don't have his name up in front of me to big him up properly, but he said... It was just information. I said, oh, yeah, man, it was a proven thing. So I said, yeah, man, I saw it already. I'm saying, yeah, thanks. Just I gave more information.
876 Invest. Kirk. Kramer Row on Twitter. That guy's on top of him news. Between him and David isn't in the group, but they often send me things very early. Even sometimes I see them before, but I know it's a long time. It's long before a lot of the market sees it. Like they're on top, and the research I do behind it, in the background. I'm not saying anything or doing whatever, but they do the research. I'm on top of them research, and they have a lot of knowledge. I rate them. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
And
they're
doing a
on
lot
top of
of things. They're doing a lot for young people to get into the investment space. I think that's what they want to do. Get a lot of young people.
Well, they are young people.
They are young people.
Yeah.
And they really want a lot of young people to get into it. They talk about they were on taking stock at one point, and they're on
Were they?
TV. Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. Big them up for that. Bigger.
Big up Kalila.
Big up Khalil and big up the guys in
man.
876 Invest. They're doing
Doing
good,
good things,
stuff.
man.
Yeah. The guy I want to big up properly is I can't even spell his name. What is it? CRLB
That's
underscore.
Kramer, yeah.
That's Kramer.
Kirk, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Good with
okay. So he was just saying to me, and the thing I was big enough for saying to me was, info can never too much, and he's 100% right for that. So big him up for that. Info can never be too much. You are perfectly correct, sir. Information is what runs this market.
He sent me a link about the changes to St. Lucia's tax system.
Aha, I'd read that when it was happening from before.
Because we discussed that.
Yeah.
But I need to get back on top of it because I need to understand exactly how it works.
I think essentially they're trying to manage. It's
the
international rules, so you'll notice a lot of companies actually.
I know the black flag, red flag that's going on with the world thing right now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be. They don't want the tax haven situation.
Yes, but I mean they want it, but they don't want to be given a hard time by the US for it.
Yeah. No, not St. Lucia. I think the world.
No tax haven wants to be given a hard time by the international. Let me see here. I said the US because that's really who it is, but the international financial markets. Yeah, and so they're trying to stay in line with their rules. And so that means that if you are domiciled. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
If you're incorporated in St. Lucia.
Yeah, there are certain rules that you have to observe. Like you have to, I'm guessing here, I think you have to have your meetings there. You have to, X amount a year. Somebody has to live there. You have to have address there. All sorts of things. But yeah, there are changes to know, and those who do the digging will know. We won't tell you that. We won't bore you much on it. But yeah, proven with their own My IPO. Online ordering of IPOs now, so it's great. I love the change that's coming to the industry. Who else? What else? JSE have a new chairman and a new set of board members. The BIL, the Barita guys have now.
Oh yeah, Ian McNaughton.
Yes, Ian McNaughton resigned.
Was the chairman on JSE's board, and he resigned. He has also left Barita, I think.
Correct. He has left Barita.
But
and so now the replacements have been. I should get this right. The replacements have been two more Barita people, two of I would call the new class of people, the younger people, the people who pushing them weight around in the financial space.
It's very interesting to see a generational shift.
Yes, very, very, very interesting.
I took it for granted, as I'm sure my parents went through this when they saw people around them that they grew up around, people not far from them in age, started taking over talking business in Jamaica, politics in Jamaica. They started meeting people they know, people that not very much older than them, started sitting in seats.
Yes.
That were held by old people.
Yes, in other words, like people have, if you don't know them directly, it's like you know of them, or somebody my age, I can do it too.
Yeah, so growing up, you never really thought, hey, that guy in class beside me going to be there. And here they are now. Yeah, everybody taking a seat.
No, everybody have a seat. Yeah, so
really try to be a part of that growth for yourself. If you if you're in a field and you see where you can do well in the field and whatever, I don't think anybody's in a field thinking they can't do well, or a field they want to go into and can't do well. But just know we're in a generational shift, and you can be that person that you looked up to. Someday you get somebody saying, quoting Dana and Randy.
Randy say.
Same like Buffett and Munger. Watch it.
Hey, don't put that kind of pressure on me, bro. But so you go. All right, so what they have is a new director, Mr. Jason Chambers, who is on the board. And he is on the board as of January 10th, and his alternate director, so the directors have alternate directors. His alternate director is Mr. Ramon Small Ferguson.
Corporate governance,
Yeah.
Alternate directors and
yeah.
so.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that change. Well, I'll say it. I've been giving JSE a hard time, and I'll continue to until I see the improvement. But you spoke rightly about the generational shift. These are two young people. These are two people who understand
our
the
voices.
so I'm hoping to see JSE change. Yeah, man. I know JSE not my biggest fans. I know that they don't like me there. I've been told I'm persona non grata unofficially there. Yeah. But so you go. As long as they improve, because I can't do it without them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I as long as they improve, that's all I want. You don't have to love me, just improve.
Yeah. I think they'll be better off loving you, to be honest.
I think so too, but you know.
We mentioned how you gave JAMT a hard time.
Yeah. And if they screw up again, I will. But JAMT, how they handle it.
And they handled it really well.
Really well.
Carry on the show talking and giving us some real breakdown of what's happening in the company. Ask her,
tell us why.
These are the problems.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? And you say, We hear your concerns.
Yeah.
We're working with it.
Yo, that makes a world of a difference.
World of
Even just saying that I hear you,
Mm-hmm.
we understand, and it's something we're working on, makes a world of difference,
Yeah,
you know.
because
Because JSE's seems, I don't know, but their policy seems to be when something goes wrong, silence. Don't say anything.
Yeah, I actually don't like that. Like
It's frustrating.
The whole thing on Twitter. I see a lot of people complaining about the whole not mentioning an IPO until very close. Not mentioning an IPO is going to be listed soon. So listed the day after or listed the day.
Mm-hmm.
You mention it on that day or right before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. To me, that's I get a lot of people asking me, yo, when this IPO going list, whatever. I don't know. JSE knows, or they have better information than I do. So if I could go on the site and get that, sure. If I could go on the Twitter and get that, like the expectation a week in advance, that'd be good. The response you got on social media when you brought it up, you know, it's funny. I've seen more than one people mention.
Oh yeah, I did
we don't
mention
hear
that.
it
Yeah. Until the day of the
When you mention it, and whoever is on the social media, just came out at you to tell you, hey, we did this at this time.
So let me give them let me try and be as unemotional as I can and as empirical as I can here, objective as I can. I said, and I'll try and find the tweet and quote it, but I said, you know, guys, at this point I'm tired. I've been doing it for years. I just tired of them. I'm like, guys, come on, it's another IPO happening. Are you gonna tell us nothing or on the day of the listing that it happened? Yo, I am tweeting from my toilet, sit down, and I'm putting out to people that there's an IPO happening today or tomorrow before you put it up, and is you have to approve it. Come on, that's slack, right? Yeah. Then they thought it best, whoever is controlling the account thought it best to correct me that, oh, with the exception of the recent mail pack listing, we have been doing it. Why in God's name would you say that? Just let the improvement or say, yo, we're working on it or something. And then the one right after that, 3 days later, them screw it up. Them never do it. All know them don't tell me say lumber going to list.
It was weird to me. But the fact that to me it was all right. So
sorry, not lumber. Select M.
Select M. But I operate a social media account, right, for a company in Jamaica, sure. And I'm going to take it up to respond to this guy in this. Like,
what?
I never understood. I don't understand whoever was writing that. Like,
what were they thinking?
Like, you're not the company. You represent the company.
What were they thinking?
Like, you get me? Like, why upset with Randy? One, because you're not the company. Two, you represent the company. Why would you make them look like that? That was crazy to me. So. And then you screw up after that, like
right at the next one, literally the next IPO, not even a month or two later.
It's weird.
The next week.
Hey, my brother say, select I'm on the market. I was like, what?
Like, how it reach? Yeah, how it reach?
I hear about that, and then I actually went and checked to see if I just miss it. No notice, no
nothing, and that has been going rough, for them. I think them below $1.
Oh yeah, select them. But I think people factor in the expectation of select F. Because of what happened with Select F. So I don't think the take-up was as great as Select F or Select M. But people factored in because people it's a weird thinking. So they're not looking at what the company does. They just look at the
IPO.
fact that Select F is an IPO and it performed this way for me.
So IPO.
The next Select must look that certain way. Must look that same way.
But this did do that. People tell me how they expect UWI to move because Lab did do this.
Wait, they don't work.
That's not how it works at all. No, man. Every IPO is different. Exactly.
Look at the company, tell them what the company is going, what you expect the company to do, and work with that.
Yeah.
You can't just, this other company did whatever. Like, what?
Yeah, that's not how it works at all. But, I think people learning the hard way, the expensive way. And guys, if you make some losses in 2 weeks, don't be discouraged. The market is not a 2-week market. As much as you hear Dana and I talk about making quick money, and we do make quick money sometimes. We also make slow money.
Yeah. If you hear me, you heard my 2019 comments on the companies I was buying into. And most of them, I don't think I mentioned even one, I made this, I probably did, but mention it, I made this company's money real quick. It was more, I know that this could happen at this end of the quarter or this month, that's going to happen. So I buy in because I got a good deal on it.
Yeah, man.
It's really looking for, there's value here. Value is coming. I'm buying into the value before it actually happens.
Exactly.
Or actually represented or shown in the price.
Yo, Dark Horse Gem. Select M currently is at 98 cents.
What's the NAV?
You can never tell. I don't think the NAV up yet.
The NAV doesn't.
Do they have a NAV page yet? I don't know if JSE have one up yet. Big up JSE. Best performing stock market in the world for 2019.
2018?
It was also that in 2015, I think. And I hope we get it in 2020 also.
Yeah.
And I hope JSE operates in a manner to justify that. I'm hoping that those new guys on the board will push it because they're from Barita, and Barita not joking.
Barita not joking, and Barita Barita is revitalized. You see the kind of marketing from
Cornerstone,
Barita
man. The man find a new cornerstone and a fly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look on Barita before and Barita now.
Yes. Look at Barita from October 2018 to now January 2020. It's a different
Barita,
company.
I think it had the highest PE on the market. Before for a good while. And they started turning around a little bit before Cornerstone bought in. But Cornerstone bought in and
look how it works, right?
they make some money.
So of course we have people here for a long time, so we're giving them what they really want now. The last part, the good part, the exciting part. And we mentioned Cornerstone, and it's good. We mentioned Barita, and that's good. And I'll start this part off by saying IPOs. We'll start with the one that's in front of everybody right now. At this point, people hearing this, it has no opened, so it is an open thing, and I'm going to bet money. I'd be very surprised if you're hearing this right now on a Wednesday. Wednesday would be what? Wednesday, January 15th.
I think.
That's what it would be. I might get that wrong,
14.
Yeah, but West says Wednesday, January 15th or 14th. Yeah, Wednesday, January 15th. If you're hearing this on Wednesday, January 15th, 2020, and First Rock is closed, at me and say, Randy, you should be surprised. I don't think First Rock is going to close. It's a lot of money too. I think they're going to stay open.
It's a lot of money, and
they want. Go ahead.
Companies like this, they want to take as much as they can.
Yes, and they want as many people to join in.
Yeah.
So I think even just sensibly, you want to leave it open past payday for the smaller people to put their money in, and not maybe for the bigger people. I'm sure the bigger money is sorted out privately.
I don't expect it to not list. I think it's going to.
It must list because it's
upsize everything.
Yeah. So First Rock coming to market. Quick overview, very quick overview. That they're a real estate startup.
Real estate startup, but they
have an interesting structure.
They have an interesting structure, and it's reminiscent of Sygnus to me. They have a capital thing there, and
and have a management company.
Special purpose vehicle too.
Yeah.
So the way we would own the special purpose vehicle, we pump money into that company, and then that company has a special purpose, which is to buy real estate,
in multiple markets,
sell, develop, earn income, whatever. They're doing the whole real estate route, which isn't like, so when you heard on Khalila's show, they mentioned that they're taking a certain route to it that is not necessarily what you find in a REIT. A REIT generally holds tech income, and if they do developments, it's to hold that development, and then so they can sell. They're not really selling, but they do sell it. But it's over a long period. They don't look at necessarily a shorter term gain in the real estate market. First Rock says they are very open to exploring everything in the real estate space.
Yeah, they want to make money in real estate.
Make some money here.
I made a tweet yesterday. I'll link the tweet. Whereas I spoke about First Rock. One of the things I said when I was clarifying it.
I haven't spoken about First Rock at all.
Well, you know
Except
what?
to big up David.
Yeah, well, because David did point out the rights issue. So JC Knight, big up JC Knight, wherever he is right now. I think he's traveling. Yo, that youth has 2020 was his year, boy.
2019, man. Yo,
2019, but 2020 might be his year too. I hope so. But
David say he
hell of a start.
He spent investment money on paying for some school expenses. I hope his investment money is spending on the traveling expenses, because that would be the biggest,
flex. Yeah. Spending investment money on spending investment money on a what would you call it? I've forgotten the term, but it's a kind of purchase. Not frivolous, but discretionary spending from investment gains. Nicest spend. Yeah, man. Something what you make for you. Yeah, big up my friend. I won't call her name, but she know her name. She buy herself a ratted watch. What ring? She sent me the picture of the ring. She buy herself. It was glistening. Send it to me on WhatsApp. It was glistening. All from her gains. All completely from her gains. I won't tell you how much, but it's not. She could have bought a car. Yeah, yay! But she's nice. I like that. So big up, she know herself. And I hope to do a whole heap of these big ups every single episode or every single quarter at least.
Yes, our big up plan for this one. So.
Oh yeah? No, get a big up before.
No, we don't talk.
You want to talk about it? All right, cool. So yeah, First Rock. Real estate, doing good things in the space, doing interesting things in the space. He said they have a kind of similar structure to Sygnus in that they're part of a group and different things handle different things. They do real estate in multiple countries. So the US, Costa Rica, Cayman, Jamaica, For forgetting anywhere else, forgive me. In Jamaica, they have some stuff uptown, they have some stuff in Mobe, they want to buy, they have stuff they bought already, they have stuff they're planning to buy, they have stuff they're planning to build, they have stuff they're planning to build and sell.
Stuff to plan.
Yeah, man, they have stuff they plan. Yeah, man, a whole heap. Yeah, a whole heap of money. Millions of US them need it. It's about what? It's billions of Jamaican, millions of US. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. I did a graph for it. I love that. By the time you're hearing this, I should have put up the charity donation for the gentleman who we give half of the funds. So actually, I think, because it's not going to be half, I'm going to just put some money on it. I didn't get a lot of people, but I expected not to get a lot of people because of how I did it and when I did it. And then I got interrupted, so I couldn't push it the way I wanted to. But
no problem.
when I did it was important in that, everybody was braffing. First session was nice. Had a lot of people there. I said I'm going to do a second session, forgetting completely. Not forgetting, but you got people broke in January. Still had a nice crowd, but I wanted to break the record. I'll break the record for some other IPOs. But yeah, First Rock coming, people asking how they feel about it. I made a tweet which I guess stirred the waters because I said, yeah, I'm not buying it. We need to get past the point in Jamaica of thinking that people commenting on a public issue or public facing thing is a bad thing if they're not singing your praises. People who work at places might not even sing your praises. Yeah, sometimes them deal with you bad, and the person at the front is not necessarily the person that you want to have facing you. Yeah, but I can't help but be what I am. And what I am is an independent. I hate to say, but I guess I'm an independent analyst.
No, definitely.
Yeah, but we speak and on the show.
It's not bad to call yourself an analyst, but
yeah. You understand why? Yeah, but exactly. So I'm an independent analyst. I'm looking on it, and I'm not giving people buy or sell advice. But I'm saying that for me, it's not fitting.
It doesn't fit your timeline. It doesn't fit your goals.
Good example. Somebody sent me a tweet early this morning just to remind me. We were in a conversation about it last night, and they sent me a tweet this morning saying, yo, you said pretty much the same thing for Sygnus. I like, yeah, and who is one of the biggest Sygnus proponent fans right now? Yeah, me.
I was going to say it because earlier in this episode, I spoke about you not going into Sygnus.
Yeah, at IPO. And saying good luck to the people who bought into it at IPO because, not for me at this price.
I'm sure they're happy now if they held out.
Hell yeah. But damn happy now. They would have bought at 11.
Right before the move, I had a friend. She mentioned me. She linked me one side and said, boy, that night she don't know what to do. She's had Sygnus, both of them, since IPO. And she's trying to console her. She's been trying to console herself with the dividends that come in. But, it don't match up back to what she lost.
Exactly.
And I'm not an advisor, so I can't tell her, I was saying, yo, you're going to make a lot of money. I didn't tell her that.
Yeah.
But I think I was told her, yeah, man, let's go on chill.
Yeah, chill.
Go on,
just chill. Take your time. Patience.
Know, as in, I was looking, I was like, I know that money is going to be made for you right now.
Yeah, man.
Don't worry about it.
Patience. Patience. I say that to people all the time. Patience.
But and things like that comes from you not understanding what you're buying into.
Yes.
And you're not understanding the timeline that you're looking at. So, First Rock, to me, it's a great opportunity. Because I often complain about REITs.
That don't make sense in Jamaica.
And the fact that they're not really taking a REIT approach, to me, it's like, cool.
Because the American REIT approach works because you get a tax break in America.
Tax break.
Yeah.
And
in
the
Jamaica,
debt, with the consolidate the debt into the mortgage-backed securities and those type of things help them make money on both ends. And
in Jamaica, there's ways you can make money, but not really.
An income play. Buy about real estate and sit on
it. Yeah. And what these guys are doing is essentially, if I can run the sin of oversimplifying, they're taking people's money and their own money because they've done it before. They've bought some stuff. They actually paid out a heavy dividend to their people. And that's a nice point, actually. I'll pause my own point to say that they have a strong dividend policy, a minimum 50% dividend policy, right? When I said that, I was like, wow. These guys...
They're not a REIT. REITs often talk about, 90% of the pay out the dividends. 50% and minimum. They said, we are not a REIT. That's strong.
That's strong, yeah. However, we also have to take into consideration the reality of what they're doing, yeah? These guys have a hurdle rate, which is, you can think of that as a target of 8%. 8%. Which says to me that what they plan to be doing or where they plan to play, they know better. They know that real estate plays are long, solid plays in the long term. Yeah, in the next couple of years, you can get about 8% a year for like real estate. Startup. Yeah.
Usually I hear 7% on real estate at a point where business is fully established.
Exactly.
You don't usually hear or we're looking for 8% from the very start of the company.
Exactly.
So to me, it's not ready for my money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think, hey, I have the time,
If you have the heavy money, let's talk straight.
or a
If you're,
pension play.
yeah,
Like,
if it's like a pension play,
okay,
correct.
Say not even heavy money. Like, you're conservative. You say,
Yes.
boy, the thing that I really thought about where I make money fast. It's just
Yeah.
not for me. I don't have the time. I don't have the headspace.
Boom.
Then
There's an option
what
for
you're
you right
looking
here.
at is
Yeah.
something not necessarily what Dan Iran is looking for. So it's not always that what we're talking about means your goal will not always align with ours.
Yeah,
So,
and it would be weird if it did.
If it were-
Even
if
you
you're-
and I don't have aligned goals in some state.
Or something Randy brings something to me, I'm like,
Yeah,
he
you know,
knows I
see-
say, I don't, that's not me.
yeah, or other things I be like, I can do this, yes,
Yeah.
I guarantee it, whatever.
We don't fight each other on it.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, work for me. Him don't like him, don't like it. But people want to almost think of it like it's it's a must play, I must do it, I must like it. Yeah, that's not going to
That's
happen.
the thing about every IPO. Same with our
Yeah.
select F and select them.
Yeah,
Don't work like that.
and I'll
Figure
talk
out
straight.
What's working for you, what you want to do with your money,
There we go.
what you want from your money, and then conceptualize what time period you get your money, and you're good.
There you go. I keep that class every month, grow, where I include people in that nice conversation where we teach each other, very small group, very intimate, and we go through the basics of investing for regular people who don't know nothing, people who hate numbers, right? It's a 6-hour class. I can't do that on this podcast. I won't make the podcast that long. However, if you go to that class, you learn that you look for what value matters to you. Yeah, so if you're somebody who put in a quick money into First Rock, a popper, you know, what you call a popper, you're looking for the IPO pop, you might be disappointed.
Yeah.
You might or you could be surprised.
Yes.
Yeah, you could be surprised or you
If
could be
it goes up,
disappointed.
I'm surprised. But
Yeah, I am so excited about it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
definitely not buying, but I'm
not
definitely
buying,
watching.
but I'll be watching and saying, oh, and
Yeah.
that's a listen for me, no?
Yeah, because Sygnus is, as you said, the same way.
Remember-
I didn't buy, it fell. And when it fell, I was like, whoa, wow, that's funny. And also, it's now in an area where I think it's very attractive and I might jump in. But at IP, I'm just not going to buy it. I personally don't think it's
David
worth my
mentioned
money.
That he's looking for a drop. He expects it to fall. And when it starts falling, that's a nice.
That's when you buy.
But think about it like this, though. Like the fact that people panic when IPOs fall.
And then they sell like hell, sell, panic sell.
But think about it like this. I thought it was a good buy. That's on no new information. So I thought it was a good buy. I looked at the prospectus and I said, at $10, I'm buying this thing. It falls. There's no information about the company that's out yet. And I'm getting it for $9. And I have some money.
Boom.
It's $8. Boy, I still have some money. Unless your timeline change or the information about the company change, why not buying, to be honest?
Literally.
Like,
And they were so clear on timelines. As I said, timelines are so clear on timelines in the prospectus.
Yes.
I went through that prospectus because I had to do the class. I had to do that grow IPO class, and I gave, like I said, we give that money to charity. And give half of the proceeds of that to charity, but we'll give more this time. Good. All right, guys. So just in case there was a rough bump just there, we just had a quick edit because my laptop was dying. But I know we're on First Rock. I hope we're not repeating ourselves here.
yeah, just make sure it fits your timeline, your goals, and then that's all investing is. Does this make sense in the time I want my money to do whatever?
Exactly.
Then you do it.
In my view, First Rock, in 2 years, in 2022.
I'm giving them three.
Well, here's the thing. They have those two rights issues. They have a 2020, they have a 2020 rights issue for this year. Very interesting. And then they have a 2022 rights issue. 2021 rights issue, apologies. 2021 rights issue. Plan. That's what they say in their projection. So, it could change. They give themselves a space to change. And I think those might be able to drive some value to them. And a lot of their construction projects are expected to end in 2020. So come on stream at the end of 2020. At the end of like December 2020, or fourth quarter 2020. And so I think 2021, you'll see a lot of income coming in, units being sold, so on and so forth. And then 2020, more construction obviously happening. In 2022, you're now seeing the construction, the units sold, rental is really going, anything that they had going good. So I think in 2 years, it might be strong. Barita did, the second thing I need to give Barita some props for, I did it online also, is that they had a date and expected growth amount in their analysis for First Rock. They actually gave them a 2 year 17% indicated from the analysis that they had done. Now, in the event that their analysis is correct, or even let's say conservative, 17% in 2 years on heavy money is great, yeah?
Yup.
If you put $100 million of your save or your life savings or your family money into First Rock, and
But
you got
get the insurance money else too.
yeah, and you got 17% in 2 years on 100 million, that's 17 million. Right? 17 million in 2 years is a nice paycheck.
But
And you still own the shares. So it's not like them dead, yeah. It's just and they have the dividend policy. So they pay out at least 50% of their profits every quarter.
You know what I'm thinking about?
Yeah, per year, every quarter.
So
yeah.
Barita believes that First Rock will meet the hurdle.
The hurdle rate, the
Because
8%.
17% in 2 years is a compound growth of 8% a year.
But I mean, I think their 17% was based. You remember the actual statement, the exact
I
statement?
don't remember the actual statement.
Yeah, I think you might want that before people say you don't know what you're talking about that night. I think their exact statement was that they had run. I don't think it's DCF. I don't think they said what they did.
That'd be an interesting DCF to me.
Every DCF is interesting.
No, because what's the cash flow you talking about?
Well, I mean, the cash flow coming first from the IPO. They must list, we know
Yeah,
that
definitely. No.
because their minimum for listing is like
We've been doing a DCF
150
for 2
mil.
years 2 years in time.
Yeah, what's the rate?
8%.
Yeah. Okay. That's what you're saying. Let me make sure I don't want to get it wrong. I want to quote the exact line. And this is from Barita. They said, we conducted a valuation exercise on the shares of First Rock, which yielded an average fair value estimate of US 14 cents. Or to be more accurate, they go 0.1406 cents, right? With a valuation range between 12.06 cents and 0.1206 and 0.1551. I'm reading the exact numbers here. And they say that this is implying a potential capital gain of 17.15% over a 2-year horizon. So they're saying there's a potential capital gain of 17.15% over 2 years. And of course, this depends on the company being able to actually do what they say they wanted to do and getting the results that they said they want to get. So you're thinking that, okay, they're going to beat that 8%, right? Okay. I mean, I believe in them, right? Other things in the prospectus that came out to me was just the heavy line. First Rock is nice because First Rock is a group. It's First Rock that we're getting is First Rock Capital Holdings Limited, right? And First Rock Capital Holdings Limited is owns 3 subsidiaries, through which in 3 countries through which they do the business of all this real estate, right? Jamaica, Costa Rica, Cayman, right? But First Rock Capital Holdings is
US.
And US. Sorry. And First Rock Capital Holdings is St. Lucia, Cayman. Let me not get it wrong. St. Lucia, Cayman, US. The St. Lucia, I don't know the details, but I think the St. Lucia thing is going to is what can own Costa Rica also.
Yeah, I think they have a
yeah, they do have something in Costa Rica. No, and they do have a company in Costa Rica. So you see, yeah, sorry guys, I don't have it in front of me, so I'm guessing. Right, what I have in front of me is the Barita thing. I didn't go through it. I didn't go through it in front of this. The point I'm trying to make is the St. Lucia, as we spoke about, gives them a nice tax haven in the Caribbean, and they can do stuff from that. But First Rock Capital Holdings is actually incorporated in St. Lucia, and it's managed by a management company, which is in Jamaica, which is where the founder and CEO, I think, Ryan Reed, he's one of the co-founders because the other one is Dr. Michael Branbury. They, I think, are affiliated with the management company, which is going to be paid against the performance of First Rock Capital Holdings, which is nice. You know?
I think that's a reasonable assumption to think that they.
Well, let's say that in the prospectus.
Management company. We're not.
They say.
Yeah, they wouldn't find the founders if
they didn't. Yeah. But I'm always very careful about when you say founders because 2 companies have very similar names. I don't want to get it wrong. But yeah, they obviously have stakes in there. They have. I see what Barita used a term that it is skin in the game. That they both care about the company. They both benefit from the shares and the movement of the company. But that management company eats 2% of whatever. I think their fees are not expected to pass 2%. They say in the prospectus of the. Is it the comprehensive income?
No, I think is it the net asset value? the 2% and the 25% hurdle rate is on the comprehensive income.
The hurdle
I'll have
rate.
to check.
Yeah, I remember the hurdle rate is not. So the hurdle rate is 8%,
8%.
and their payment is if you
25%.
pass 8%, you get 25% of
of the-
anything above the 8%. So that's
8% on the comprehensive income.
8% on. Say that again.
So it's the comprehensive income they get.
And,
Their
and comprehensive income includes the raise in property values.
property valuation. Yep.
So pretty much, if a man buy an MTP salon and put a house on it, the property value should go up, which is good, which is true. And they have a couple of pieces of land in many countries that they're putting stuff on, or they're also buying into. In other words, I think these guys have put themselves in a nice space where the company has the greatest potential to grow. They're going to do the work, and once they do the work, they're also going to likely be paid for that work that they've done.
Yep.
Through the management line, so they get it as a fee. In fact, if you look at their own projections, they're expecting one of the top expenses to be the payment of their own management company.
It's funny that they actually say that. People don't like to say I'm going to charge a lot. But the thing is, I don't mind incentive fees from the point of view that I'm going whoever has an incentive, I'm going to work so I can deliver on that incentive.
Yeah, man.
And guess what? You need to make this money. So
and I respect that. In fact, they named their planned expenses from 2022 to 2024, and the biggest one in every single year. I believe, I could be wrong. Now, I believe the biggest one in every single year is the management fee that goes to First Rock. Whatever the management company is, that is, I think, is actually in Jamaica. So they're going to pay themselves well, assuming that they do heavy work, right? And I'm with you on that. I don't mind if they do that. I said the same thing when QWI was listing, that, hey, these guys gave themselves an industry standard, meaning international industry standard rate as their benchmark to beat. And they've given themselves, because it's simple, don't mean that
it's easy.
It's easy, exactly, right? Just because it's simple, First Rock sounds simple enough. They might take some money, buy some land, develop something, sell and rent at Airbnb.
Anybody do that?
All right. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Exactly.
Yes, I like what they're doing. But on the flip side, I like what you said, they're very open. Management fee is going to be 629, almost 630,000 US dollars in 2020 if they do what they say they're going to do.
Yep.
And then it goes above $1 million in 2021. Again, all projections, their projections from the prospectus. And it continues like that: 1.04 mil, 1.08 mil, 1.12 mil, 1.163 mil. Assume they do what they need to do. Those guys are going to eat well if they do this. But on the flip side, if they do this, they're going to be making a lot of money, because the expected net profit is supposed to be 2.7 mil. All of these figures are US. And I'm talking 2020 right now, and is every year after that. So 2021, 4.9 mil, 2022, 7.4 mil, 2023, 8.05 or 8.1, and 2024, 8.7, call it 7.9 or call it 8.8 mil in terms of net profit before the dividend and taxation, right? And they say they plan to pay out a heavy dividend. Yeah, I kind of think them set themselves up to make some money, but you're not going to hear me argue for somebody setting themselves up to make good money. On the flip side, we have to understand that as a public company and showing you numbers, you open yourself up for discussion. I'm happy about what they're doing. I want them to disrupt it. I like when disruption hits industries, because the consumers benefit. Yeah, man.
time.
He spoke on Khalila's program about, and this is Ryan Reed, about Khalila questioning him about, do you worry about an oversupply of apartments, especially in Kingston? And he says,
Let's start with Jamaica, which is
Yes.
where the bulk of the money
Yes.
is to be invested. Some of the things that you're looking at are Kingston Sticks, Golden Triangle
Yes.
area.
Yes.
There's some people who say that this luxury apartment thing is just oversaturated. There's too many, people can't even afford them, it doesn't make sense. But you're going after that same market.
No. So let me just, to offer clarity, we are seeing an oversupply of apartments. But let me be very clear, that oversupply that we're seeing is not in the absence of demand. So there is considerable demand.
So then it's not an oversupply.
No, there is. What is happening is a lot of developers, I should say, are not adjusting their prices to meet that demand. So persons are willing to buy apartments, but given the state of what the market is, they are willing to hold out on price and even hold off on even selling these units to get the price they want. We're not taking that approach at all. At this point in time, we're not interested in developing or doing developments within the apartment space. We are interested only in townhouses where residential is concerned.
He had an interesting answer to it to say that, there is an oversupply, but it's in the face of demand. And I'm paraphrasing here. I don't know Ryan Reed either. I've never met him either. Or I don't know. I don't know anybody affiliated to that. But what he said was very interesting, that he said that it's in the face of demand. But what's happening is that a lot of people are going higher and they're going luxury. And this is speaking, I think, just to Kingston.
The thing is,
but no, I want to finish his statement. I don't want to get it halfway, because he made a good point that it's an oversupply in the face of demand, because these guys are doing expensive apartments, and what they're doing is that they would rather hold out on price rather than drop and meet where the demand is. Because the truth is, lots of apartments in Kingston, lots of people want apartments in Kingston, but we can't necessarily afford, we being the regular Jamaicans, can't necessarily afford a luxury apartment. So he said that, it says to me that he has an idea of what's happening in the real estate space. And you know how you go for a company. If a company exists and it's their profit model and they have to make profits, it means to me that they may very well say, okay, guys, based on what's happening there and we see where the demand is, maybe we see some money to be made in the lower market, meaning the cheaper market. Maybe these guys can come with some 20 mil apartments or some 10, 15 mil small apartments, do the rare. If they can pull profit on that and they can push it, I can tell you anything that's good below 20 million in Kingston is going to fly.
The interesting thing about Kingston, it's not more expensive to build a building in Kingston
than it is
it's to build in Trelawney.
Yeah, not noticeably.
It's probably so I build the same building.
But not noticeably. You think gas and prices, but yeah.
It's probably more expensive to build in Trelawney.
Likely, possibly, yeah.
Because
of the traveling and the moving of the stuff, yeah.
Kingston will be higher than the price in Trelawney.
Because real estate is all about location.
So you have a location premium.
Big up Miss J.
So the thing is, First Rock might very well know that, this is speculation, pure speculation. They might very well know that if I build the same apartment, the apartment costs 500,000 to build. Me and you ran there across the road build an apartment, and First Rock over here build an apartment. Same apartment. But you get charged 20 million and I charge 15, 10. I make profit. I'm selling way faster than you. And
yours might still be waiting. Yeah. So
waiting.
I like that. I made my point to say that I like that he's aware of the market, and it hints to me that they could, at any given point, because they're developers also, they're doing everything in the space. So at any given point, they could start developing something to catch that heavy market out there. I'm excited about that.
And he did mention that they're looking to do townhouses, so not necessarily the apartment model. They're looking at making townhouses, which is
they're meeting the market wherever it is. Exactly. But it's still not for me,
Yeah.
And I put my money into this at IPO.
I don't know if it's in my head, but I do recall him mentioning that he also, in the face of demand, it was contextual demand. He said that even though Danai can't buy the thing there, there is a buyer.
Of course.
It doesn't have to be Danai. So a pension fund or whatever will be buying. So he knows that I can build an expensive place. And as the builder, it is sold out. So I'm fine. I'm not the second person to buy it and then sell it back.
There we go.
I build it. Whoever big fund buy it up. It's not on my hands anymore. I just made some profit and I'm gone.
And you know those things, like I say, you can't sell it. Such an interesting thing, right? If you look on their own prospectus, when they talk about some of the things that are coming, like they spoke about the land at Salisbury Avenue. It's a development. It's not really there yet, right? The construction is going on and it's expected to be finished by the fourth quarter of 2020, right? So between October and December 2020. But they also know that they're planning to buy 2 of the apartments and 3 of the townhouses. That means that you could drive by Salisbury in July and go, boy, apartment go up again? Who will buy them here? It's already sold. Yeah, because First Rock bought it. Now the question is, will somebody buy it from First Rock? Well, maybe. They probably have their people lined up to a lot of the properties they have in here. They said that they already have some of them under lease agreements, some of them already lined up to...
And they even have...
Go ahead.
They have a revenue share. They have a model that reminds me of thing there, guaranteed rental on, I think they paid in Costa Rica. So they spoke with the managers and how they're going to do it is that even if nobody is there, you're going to still guarantee me
X amount of income. That's something similar to like what 138 SL has, right?
Same time, I was like, that's some money. That's some guaranteed money.
Which might also be a dark horse for Q1. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. What else? So that's First Rock. Like the company, won't be buying. Not expecting a huge pop from it. But if it ever falls down to a nice place.
I want to see it fall. because
I'll
I
buy
like
it, yeah.
opportunity.
Or on the flip side, maybe it don't drop, but when these things start coming on stream, if the
then
price stays
it looks
stable,
different, yeah.
I might jump in. Who knows? Yeah,
Exactly that.
I didn't buy Sygnus at IPO. I started buying it at $9, and it's now at $27, and I still buy it at $27,
Yup,
right? Yeah,
yup,
so
exactly
yeah,
that.
that's what it is. And yeah, it's a new space, it's a new market. People are going to comment on it. You're a public company. That's what happens all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah. What other IPOs you know about? Your employer, I think, had a slip.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. But
And so don't speak to it officially.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not sure
obviously.
I saw things on Twitter. But
But
I
we
really
did
won't speak to
see
it.
the which one was it? Was it Caribbean Insurance Brokers? I believe was the thing that was showing on it. No, I know Caribbean Insurance Brokers were going to list because I saw a couple of newspaper articles. I linked
Way
one in the
back,
show notes.
They've been mentioning they want.
Yes, and they have selected
From
their lead broker from a
2017,
long time.
Way back.
Exactly. And so now we are looking on
There's
them.
some screenshots posted to Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I saw it myself. If you actually go on Mayberry's site, you saw them gearing up. That means they're also gearing up for a my IPO kind of thing or a go IPO sort of thing where you apply like that. So yeah, I don't know what's happening inside Mayberry. And guys, believe this or not.
can't speak to that.
Believe this or not. I actually don't ask Danai a lot of those things because I don't need to know also.
I wouldn't be his friend.
Yeah, he wouldn't be because I'd put him in trouble, and I don't need to. I like seeing it when it happen, and I like being able.
I actually respect that I don't get a lot of that from people. So I know you don't do it because you understand.
Because I get asked.
You work at a public company.
Yeah,
you understand that. Hey, I can't speak about this.
Yep.
And I respect that so far. At least they have not asked me much about Mayberry. They don't ask me unless like a product. Something they want to get. They want to ask about the margin. They want to ask the minimum investment.
Yeah.
They ask me those, but they don't ask me. Like, I'm not going to talk about that.
internal stuff.
If I have a friend that thinks, hey, we need to talk about internal stuff about a company that I have information on, I can't be my friend. You want me? See jailwork.
There we go. Yeah,
I don't ramp with that one at all.
that's not me. Yeah,
I'm in compliance. I know.
yeah. I'm a cartel fan, but I'm not that kind of cartel fan. I'm not going to jail, bro. I can't do that. That's not for me. And you don't need to. But to the point, Caribbean Insurance Brokers, we saw it looks like it's coming soon, but we don't actually know it was shut down quickly. I think it was just a glitch.
You know the IPO thing go like.
Yeah.
You mention it.
And then people go crazy.
Yeah.
We saw that list going around.
Oh yeah, that
What a list.
So we compiled a list.
From you know what? I never asked him if I could big him up. Him know himself.
Yeah.
He listens to the podcast also, so he will message me and tell me if I can big him up on the podcast for it. But we've always done it, and I always had a list tracking. And one day he was back years ago when I was in the group, from I think 2016, 2017. And him say, yo, let's put it all together. And so he did the list, and so we all compiled. And I think he has kept it going.
Updated, yeah, man. So
he has kept it updated.
Anything we hear in the papers, any public information on any list, a possible listing is in play.
Yeah,
then we
update on the list. And 2-2s, and you can say it. So I think
some people, since the group has
had some new people joining.
Yeah, some new people join. And maybe somebody shared it with share the list. It's a known thing. We don't really share group information because we don't know
where it's going
or
or
where it's
who
going.
will
We
take
don't
it or
know
what.
Under what basis somebody is sharing something with us. So that we very much say do not share any information that you should not be sharing.
Very much so,
like,
yeah.
This is although it's private, it's still a public forum. Other people in the group, do not share stuff you're not supposed to be sharing. Cool? Yeah. But then we have the case where maybe I want to buy into something and I don't want to talk about it. It's like Randy come to me with a play and then I go on Twitter and say, "Oh, everybody go buy this." Like,
yeah, right.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, we won't do that. So that's what happened.
So we don't really share group info like that. The group is open. If you fulfill the requirements, you can always come into the group. But just don't go out spreading far and wide what people want to talk about. People are talking about in the group.
Yes.
Cool? Anybody can join the group. Just don't do that. Cool.
So that list.
Share that list from the group. Because the list came up very recently. Somebody said something and then we mentioned the list and showed them that, hey, these are the IPOs that we've seen possible so far.
And that person shared it with another friend.
And then it started going far and wide.
Jeez, you wept. I see it all the time. I see it on it. And then what's annoying me now is that people keep asking me, what about this? Mm-hmm. What do you think about Trans-Jamaica? What do you think about Trans-Jamaica?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, my Lord.
I think Trans-Jamaica has a highway. That's as much as I know, really.
Big up Bowie, and big up NCB, who is the lead broker for Trans-Jamaica. I'm sure it's coming soon because I said that last year, and I believe the Minister of Finance, Sir Carpet, got himself, Nigel Clark, said that he's looking for it early 2020, and it was supposed to happen late 2019. So we know we know
that's the whole
common
IPO
sense is
thing,
close. Yeah.
You hear it here, so cool. But how much time we thought was pushed back?
Exactly.
That's just how the IPO
Yeah.
thing.
And
goes.
because we know it must be big money, that could be an explanation for like First Rock. Again, we don't know this to be true. This is again deep speculation. Literally just me joking, not joking, but thinking. If you know you're going to go for big money, and you know the government is also going to push something out there that's big money, maybe you want to get in ahead of the government. So maybe that's why First Rock announced so early and had it out there to sensitize people and plan to have it open so long, because they want to soak up that money. And when transfer maker list, although I think there's enough money for both. There's enough money for both, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. But transfer maker is the one coming, and people respect the list. That list, as you know here, guys, that's where it originated. The person who actually did the first bit of writing, he's also on Twitter, so him see it too. Everybody who was in the list or has been in the list for the past in the group for the past 2 or 3 years know exactly where that list came from. And it's not a known list, right? Meaning that we don't know for sure. It's speculation. It's updated all the time. I saw some very interesting things on that list. Because guys, I'm not in the group, believe it or not. I'm not in the group. So when I saw I haven't seen that list in a while. I have my own list, and I haven't seen that list in a while. I saw some very interesting things on it, but we'll see if maybe I'll put the list in the show notes. But it's interesting.
Some people Instagram story.
Yeah, and everybody asking, "Oh Lord, brother."
Twitter more on people. But the weird thing was not weird.
Brethren called me from the broker. He doesn't work at the broker. He is at the broker. So the broker was asking him what him think about them here. And him said, "You see how far the list gone? You see how far the list gone? The list really gone far. But the truth is, you'd expect the broker to know this for understand. But that's how far it has gotten. So the list really touch a whole heap of people.
People are commenting. I see people saying, hey, this is the year for IPO, guys. Look on this list of IPOs that are coming out this year.
Lord God, that's not what it is at all.
What are you talking about?
It's a guessing list.
It's weird that you got this list in a context that, you're a second-hand person. You don't know where this came from. Somebody gave you this list, and you speak on it like that.
Like facts. That's like the definition of
you
fake
come to
news.
tell people that, hey, this is these are the planned IPOs for the year. I know this.
Oh God.
Go forward.
Yes.
Nah, bro, it no works out that list.
There we go. So I don't know about the whole heap of companies on that list. I don't know what's announced. So we know about Caribbean Assurance Brokers, who we hope will come with something great. Depending on how I feel, I might just put the picture in there, because there was a lot of information in terms of what they're planning to list or whatever, but we don't actually know if that's true. It might have just been a market test, meaning it's an internal system that I think a glitch allowed us to see. So that means the numbers in it are correct, right? Imagine if you did see Go IPO before NCB drop it, and them had something in there saying
that'd be funny, if they're just testing something.
Yeah, they're literally just testing something, so the numbers in there aren't real. So we don't, just like how people looking at that list and don't know where it come from, and it's multiple companies on the list, so you don't know if it's true or not. Are you speaking as if it's true? Same way we see a screenshot from a glitch. We don't know what the programmer was doing.
You don't know what's happening.
The programmer probably just put in some numbers. When I use the program, you use random information all the time.
So careful what you speak on.
Please don't speak of it as fact. But what we do know is that CAB has said they're coming to market and they'd like to come to market soon. We know Trans-Jamaica is coming soon. I don't know about Trans-Jamaica. I don't know about CAB. AJAS has said they're coming soon too, and that's what AJAS stands for?
Some aviation and not.
But we'll find out when the prospectus comes, right? Which is the answer for everything that is not out in the market yet. So currently we have one prospectus in the market, is First Rock. Everything else we have to see when the prospectus drops. We don't really know until the prospectus drops. We have an idea. You might think, oh, this sounds good, but you never ever know. Dream Entertainment seems like they're going to list this year, maybe in Q1, but again, we don't know.
That's like a proven money to me.
That is a proven thing. Proven those. That's a yarn. Proven moving wicked from last year.
Yeah.
Good IPOs, Q1. That's what I think we're looking forward to. I don't know if there's anything else. You say you have somebody you want big up. Who you want big up?
Oh, yeah. So big up, the context was that speaking about my returns for 2019, because I did a whole almost a year long Twitter commentary on me beating my salary. Not very often I mention my return. So some point in the year I mentioned that I was up X% So I want to just give an update thing there. People have asked me, so I never really thought to do it more than so. But then I remember I was asking in the group, how everybody does for the thing there?
How's everybody portfolio looking?
Portfolio look for the end of the year. And so first of all, Randy, you want to give your portfolio return first?
Sure. 2019, I worked it out. This could be incorrect, but I know this is not correct. But this is I know it's correct in that it's not lower than this. It's higher than this. But
yeah, that's more money to team.
It means that I can't. My portfolio gain for 2019 67.8%.
Wow,
67, not triple digits.
Yeah, 67% on $1 billion is.
Oh, you're funny. 67.8% is my portfolio gain for 2019. So that's from January 1, 2019 to December 31st, 2019.
Yeah, so you beat the market by about.
I double what?
Double plus.
More, double plus. Because the market overall for 2019 was 31%. Yeah, so. I did beat the market, double the market,
It's a good thing. A lot of people in the group, I didn't find much that said the underperforming market. So
almost everybody beat the 31%.
I haven't heard. Probably one or two people said, but they're out there is new or they just had a bad year because of what they invested in. They held to it and they learned their lessons. As always, it's always a forward-looking thing.
True.
If you did badly on something, just learn from it.
Yeah.
Know why whatever it didn't meet your goals or whatever, and then adjust. Cool. So I had a really great year. Me talking about beating my salary, I remember I did say that my portfolio started at half my salary. So I would have to have at least 200% gains to beat the salary. So so my total return, squeeze out a bit of returns in the last part of the year. I got 267% total gain on the portfolio.
Blood pipe.
Heavy.
The money. You hype yourself on top of.
The issue now is beating that next year.
Yeah, well, that's a good problem.
Grows, it's harder to beat
the rights
the
issue.
Percentage. It's harder to beat the percentages for your report. But you can console yourself knowing that if you don't beat it, even if you make like half of the return, you did make good money on new money. So your money grow and you compound. You're actually probably making more money than you did last year, but not necessarily the same return percentage-wise.
Yeah, exactly.
But the big up I want to give is so I have a very close friend. We got her into investing. She started after me.
Top
she started
striker.
Joining the group. Actually, I really wanted her on the Friends of the Podcast show, but she was
overseas. Braffing.
Like, Shani's a good youth, isn't it? Like the fact that the fact that when we're looking for people to go, my friend for years now, one of my closest friends for years, I link her one side and say, you want to be on a podcast? She's like, oh, Randy just asked me. I say, what?
Hot girl Shanice.
Oh, Randy's sniping my friends.
Yeah, my style. No, Shanice bad. I respect her. I rate her a lot.
Shani's like, she doubts herself too much, I tell her.
I've always told her that. She and the next one, who I don't know if I can name all now, but yeah. She had the next one, always doubting themselves and then better than everybody.
Yeah, and so she actually beat my returns.
The next liar one. She beat your returns.
Yeah,
wow, guys. So I've said it a whole heap last year and people asking if I'm serious about it. I've said it every single time. I only know one person I think is better at this thing it might be than I, and she beat you.
She beat me.
That, you know, some bullshit. Call her.
It's so nice to Randy need the next better than him.
Yeah, but I want that. I'd love if everybody was better than me. Then I'd have more people to learn from. Yeah. So you made how much last year?
267%.
And how much did she make?
She beat by 9%. She got
9 percentage points.
76%.
Oh wow! So you got 267.
So imagine me, asking in the group, I say, oh.
And she boxed it down.
We don't anymore again with podcasts. I thought, well, how much did you guys make? You know? And then this girl come tell me, so she beat me. I gotta go talk again in the group.
Wow, that's a major move. That's
276%.
276%, and then she fly go foreign. Yo, big up Shanice. What's her username? Or she don't want to
exaggeration. I don't know if she wants it. But Shanice, she's good, man.
She exaggeration. Good. Big up Shanice.
But yeah.
Yeah, I put it in the show notes. But yo, big up Shanice for that. I hope you guys had as good at 2019. I hope you're looking on it 2020 to be the same.
Yep.
So we're not doing last year I saw Simon or Simon Guru in Training. Yeah, big up Simon Guru in Training. I saw him underscore. Well, he'll be in the show notes. But I saw him put out something where he was talking about stocks and like blah blah blah. And as you hear, that's something that I care about, right? I'm not just here for the mindless talking. Put out something that make people can see. and he put out a list of
stocks he's watching for the year.
And he did it last year. I don't know if he followed it up with like mapping it, but I had a file with his stocks in there. A couple of people who mentioned stocks have them and them the picks that they made and see how it did, and my own, of course. But what's important is he did it again for 2020. Stocks is watching for 2020, and he has 5 years listed. And that's good. And I see a couple of people following it, and he's doing that, and I'm glad for that. I'm glad that's where we get into where people are following up the picks and make those bets and follow up the bets. I mention it because, well, I haven't done something like that, and that's because it's not my style. That's not what I'm
my style either.
Yeah, that's not what I'll do. However, and we approach market quarter by quarter, you know? Yeah. But out there, when you have less money.
I always say I live a quarter at a time.
Yeah, exactly. When you have less money, you must work harder. Say it all the time. It is 100% true. So I go quarter by quarter. So for this quarter, we mentioned what it is. I will like, I always ask Dana what I'm like for the year, for the rest of the year. I guess we'll start that tradition. We'll talk about what you like for the rest of the quarter. We did 2 bets, but I'll give you what you think for a quarter. Pick 2 things.
I did mention Wigton.
Did you?
Wigton.
You're ready to mention that publicly, sir?
I have a good amount. And the way Wigton's set up right now,
you don't care?
It's very hard for that to move.
It is very hard for Wigton to move. Yeah, it is very. So it takes a lot for Wigton to move.
Wigton, I think analysts. I don't know. Analysts should love it because it's straight cash.
I mean, I think by now a lot of the naysayers of Wigton have quieted down.
Oh yeah, I don't hear them much.
Yeah, and I think it's obvious that people are. Here's why I say Wigton is a branch of JPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you admit that everybody have to use JPS, then you have to admit that everybody have to use Wigton. And Wigton is a part of JPS that don't need to import oil. Boom. Story done. We will not stop using Wigton. All right? Now, of course, the problem that people always worry about is that, you know, those turbines in the first farm might be going down now. Let's see what happens. I don't know. But what I do know is that right now, there's such a demand for electricity in Jamaica that we have gotten back to where I was in the 90s, where we used to have rolling blackouts every now and then. So now, JPS has some more stuff on stream, and I'm sure they'll have more stuff coming on stream. But Wigton...
I can't see Wigton dropping that bag.
They can't. They literally cannot. That's the only person they're allowed to sell to. So they literally have to sell to JPS. Have the contract.
Because Wigton has mentioned in their reports that they want to go to they move away from the single customer model. Whether they go about doing that is up to speculation, to be honest.
Well, you can do
done it on the podcast before.
You can do legal speculation. I mean, as much as they want to move away from the single seller model, the single buyer model,
they can't
necessarily. They legally can't. They don't write the laws.
So I'm saying they have to move away from the current business model they have to do that. So they can't necessarily,
which means either
put up something on your yard.
Exactly.
They can't sell. They have to sell to the grid. The grid is owned by JPS, or selling to the grid is selling to JPS.
Yes, the law prohibits them from selling to electricity. The law prohibits every single person in Jamaica who doesn't have a license from selling to anyone other than JPS.
JPS.
Yeah. In fact, it's actually illegal for you to allow. I could be wrong on this. I'm not a lawyer. Also.
So you
but I think it's illegal to put a wire across a property line carrying electricity and sell for that. You can't. So you can't sell your neighbor electricity.
You can't sell your neighbor electricity.
Yeah, that's actually illegal.
So the speculation we've done before was
they can only either go to another market or come with a different product.
Different product. So they can sell wind turbines to people.
So like a lease model.
You can set up your thing, the lease model.
Yeah, the lease model for wind turbines.
Because they're expensive. So put a wind turbine in your house, and then it's not yours, but you lease it. And just make sure the rate is lower than when you pay the light bill every year. And you're good.
Yeah. And remember, for some people, for some companies especially like that, you know, we saw like Mega Mart guy doing some big farm, huge thousands of acres. You don't necessarily want to have to JPS out the whole of that, right? Yeah, if somebody can come and give you a good wind turbine model and you have a lease, a flat rate, a back and forth, whatever the agreement is between both of you, but you have some ownership in there. But as long as it represents revenue for Wigton, I'm good with that. Yep. They can also move away from wind, which they have always said that they're considering and probably will do. Yeah. The wind is only in 2 major places in Jamaica. A few major places. There's where they are now in St. Elizabeth. There is this place up in, I believe, the hills of Portland that gets strong wind also. And maybe something else up in Blue, or maybe the Blue Mountain parts is in Portland. Yeah, then the rest of them is offshore. In terms of major places where there's constant wind, that's where they are. And of course, it takes a lot to build there. The sun, however, is everywhere.
Sun is everywhere.
Yeah.
Jamaica, my Bridging, I guess. Nigel.
Yeah, our brethren. Yeah. But I mean with brethren. I don't know you mean with Chinese. You alone mean with Chinese.
I didn't want to steal it. I didn't want to, my original Nigerian, like, oh, you know this brother long before it.
It's all right. It's fine. No, but yeah, Nigel's a good brethren.
Nigel did mention Germany. Germany is almost 100% solar.
Yeah.
And have 10% of the sunshine that Jamaica does.
Wow. And Germany is a manufacturing powerhouse.
We're sleeping.
Yeah, we are
So
sleeping.
so we have a lot of space for growth. But yeah, Wigton right now, as the business model is, they're still good to me. Because when again, the debt restructure that they had, they've cut the debt in such a way that it just made them profitable.
Yes. Immediately made them profitable.
Profits doubling. And
and demand has gone up.
Yep. Look on the thing there. So,
and they're still earning in US dollars, but paying debt in Jamaican dollars. Perfect.
And they ended the quarter last year, which is the quarter we're in now. So January to March, that quarter they had a loss on that quarter. So we view losses like
as
when things come back.
There we go.
It was very different on the books. So if you're sleeping on Wigton, then
Q1 Wigton, they're currently at what, 97 cents. How much do you think they'll end the quarter at?
End the quarter at?
Yeah.
So the results wouldn't be coming until after the quarter. So
you know where to go.
But it's a good buy-in now, to be honest.
You still have.
But it might end the quarter.
But results are coming in this quarter, however. So the results are coming in this quarter are for when? Are for last year. When does the quarter end? December?
Oh, December.
Okay.
And we're going to have our next quarter of, hey guys, the debt was lower.
Because every quarter the debt
quarter being lower. So to me, and look, it's about cash hoards still on. So innovation is not a problem to them right now.
Yeah, and they have
over $1 billion cash.
Yeah, and they have nice ownership in terms of everybody.
They took no money from that IPO.
Yes, that is true.
$1 billion.
So we bought into a company completely because the government sold it completely. So we now we the Jamaican people own that company fully. And
they have $1 billion and took no money from IPO. 5.5 billion the IPO made for the government.
For the government, but their debt has reduced. Meaning Wigton,
exactly. So
Wigton's debt has reduced.
So
that's a good deal. Yeah. I think I made the comment that in a few years, Wigton will be a major thing and people will see where its power is. And it can be the major part of something even bigger. Q1, I think they'll break $1 in this quarter. I think they'll break and stay above $1 in this quarter.
I would like them to stay above $1 because I thought it was going to happen last quarter, probably the quarter before that.
Well, they broke $1 and came back down. Yeah, and then they fell when that recommendation went out that they're not that great. They fell and they to 80-something cents, and then they came all the way back up to 90, now that 97 cents. I think but the dollar is such a psychological number in Jamaica, and it's such a hard stock to move because there's so many units.
But I'm interested in continuing to see the ownership change. I know the newspaper mentioned that Mayberry and VM had taken large positions
because they're thinking long term. I think.
Yeah, man. So I want to see what they look like. The ownership looks like if Mayberry and VM are the only ones taking heavy positions. That'd be very weird to me. So to me, if you have big money, it's a stupid move to not make that move.
In terms of ownership.
Because only 10% of this, or almost 10% of it, sure. But you have cash rich, so that's dividends. And then we want to grow and we are soaking up demand and we can't even take all right.
Yeah, that's a major thing. So Wigton, what's your next pick?
Next pick.
I'll give one while you're looking one up. Q1. Dark horse for Q1. Am I being too eager saying this? I might say it. Barita. Yeah, my dark horse pick. I don't want to say it and not tell the people why, but I don't know if I'm ready to share it yet. But I'll say that I think Barita is a dark horse pick for Q1 because I think they might surprise us with something.
I think they have to make money. So
yeah. Yo,
because of what they did last year, and we have a lot of cash, and they need to make money. I
won't take time replaying it, but I spoke to Danai privately. I tell him, say, yo, for the nerds out there who know what a rocket jump is. Cornerstone, I guess I'll put it on Paul Simpson. Big up Paul Simpson. Cornerstone rocket jumped Barita. I rate that so much financially. And I guess on a future episode I'll explain what I mean there. A rocket jump is a major move to make. It's a bad man move if you're playing one of those old games, one of those first person.
It's in the new games too.
It's in the new games. Yeah, it's been around forever. But it's a good move to make. And I see a parallel between Rocket Jump and Barita. That's all I said. I'll call it my dark horse pick. I'll stick to my own rules. They are currently worth $71.49 per share. Shot in the dark, I think they will end the quarter over $80 per share and probably closer, if not above 100. But but again, that's just me, blind speculation. Shot in the dark. Let's see what happens.
Quarter just start.
The quarter just starts. I'm making that bet on it, right? So we'll see how this look March 31st.
I'm jumping to the end of the quarter for some reason. Huh? In my mind, I'm jumping at the quarter done.
I get you. I think
it's because of earnings season that's coming up.
Well, this earnings season is going to be great. I mean, say earnings season there, guys. We're not just talking about podcasts. We're talking about the actual earnings season, the thing that the show is named after. So the show is named after that period in time where most of the companies on the exchange have to report their earnings. So they usually report their earnings 45 to 60 days after the close of the last quarter. So the last quarter ended December 31st. This quarter's earnings season is going to be around Valentine's Day, the middle of February. And since there are a lot of companies reporting their full year at that time, it's going to run from the middle of February to about, let's say, the middle of March. Yeah, from the middle of February to the middle of March. So that's a 45 to 60 day.
Yeah, it's the end of the year now.
Yeah,
so
for some.
Yeah, so you have 90-day people.
So it's going to be very interesting. You have your second one?
Second one is, depends if the results coming out soon. Lumber
IPO fly and drop back. Right now, Lumber is at 152 per share. The IPO at 130. And the PE is... That would be 13.94 times.
That is crazy to me.
Again, the average market PE, the average PE on the JSE is 26.3.
So like when you have companies like JAMT with a huge investment gain, with a low PE.
Yeah. I consider...
I understand why people try it,
Yeah, to talk around it, yeah.
Lumber. You have a company like Lumber.
Lumber is just selling.
Just selling. Like
Lumber is just lumber.
We have this, we sell it.
Yeah, man.
And we have a history of selling.
Yeah. Strong. We're growing. Lumber is a growing company. Lumber was I wouldn't say was the growing part of Blue Paw because Blue Paw was...
Yeah, it was heavy revenue for Blue Paw.
It was heavy revenue and it was profitable. And it's growing. And Lumber sells in the construction industry. And they block up the road. Big up that same person again. Him know himself. Then block up the road all the time going up Papi. That means that people pack it every day. Lumber, that's a good pick.
Yeah, so I'm not seeing... But I don't see them complain. So when the time is right,
yeah, you will speak.
I will speak and I will buy.
You're the man 2020. You're the man 2020 plans. Let's start. Let's start more bricks. Lumber like that. Yeah. Let's start more lumber. All right. 152. Guess a price, Danai. What's your
give me that 2. If not 2.4.
2.4. Way above. You think he'll do that?
I don't think so. All right, give me that $2. Because I was saying 2.4 based on the doubling off of the IPO. And I can see where results drop and people are like, wait. Oh, let me just revisit my money in that one and I'll start buying it back up.
Straight up. I like that. Lumber. I like it. I'm with you there. I need to give you a second one then. Q1 Dark Horse. Not Dark Horse. I'll give you the Dark Horse. I'll give you the second one. In the meantime, I'll tell you guys a joke I told the night before I started recording. Not a joke, it's just something funny that I laughed at. Big up man like Tyrone Wilson. Yeah, Tyrone, I am actually currently profitable on iCreate. Because I did stick to my promise. I did buy some iCreate shares. And I still think iCreate has a long way to go, but I think Tyrone is doing what it takes to go along that long way with them, yeah? Man not paying attention to the noise, the man just putting in the work quietly, quickly and quietly. So as of today, each iCreate share is worth 73 cents. So I am currently up on them. I'm in profit, 1.2% profit on them, which is better than anybody who bought at IPO. But that's how it go, guys. I've said it before, I'll keep saying it. When it comes to stocks, I'm a wagonist. I'll be out before it go bad, and I'll be in before it get really good. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. So iCreate is not a pick. It's not the pick. I just like that while I was looking at my other one. Dark Horse pick. Let me not try and go too hard. Proven. And it's almost unfair. Yeah. Because, they're going to have the rights issue. They're going to have the profit coming in from JMMB, who's going to have the profit coming in from Sagicor Financial.
JMMB.
Yeah, JMMB? I mean, yeah, but JMMB is a good look. Those are easy. Let me say non-financial, because the finance is also easy. Yeah. end of the quarter. Here's the problem. Mailpack said that they're going to report their numbers in 60 days, yeah? That puts them end of February, right? I think they had a good end of year. I think they had a good...
Days, I think
60 days puts them...
Are they going to release Q4 numbers?
Their Q4 is going to be released in 60 days, but 60 days puts us to the end of February. That's still Q1. Meaning their year end is December 31st, 2019. And so if they have to release their numbers within... Or they say 45. They said
No, man. So the fourth quarter numbers.
What have they said?
45 and 90. They're doing a 45, so the unaudited 45 days and the 90 days audited.
Okay, so they're going to drop the number in 45. Great. So right at the 45 or less.
So the fourth quarter, 45 days at the end of the
So
year.
we're going to get the unaudited fourth quarter numbers middle of February. They're currently, each Mailpack share is currently worth $2.07.
And the PE?
PE on that is 25 at $2. I think they're going to bring that down to 20 or below with their profit. I think they're going to have
nice profits,
I think they're going to have nice profit. I see them ending the quarter $3.10 or more. Yeah. $3.10 or more. So you can hold me to that. So March, we'll see what's up. But I'm not going to say that that's my pick either. I need to give you guys a good pick. This is so much pressure.
So you keep giving yourself new picks.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But I like that. Pressure builds diamonds.
Pressure builds pipe.
That's that is also true. I don't want to do something like I was going to say lab, but I don't want to say that because that's too easy. The lab will continue to make money. That's what the lab is good at doing.
We got missed a little bit for what she said on lab last time.
What did you say about the lab last time?
About the Q4 being strong.
About their Q4 being strong. Yes, she's the only person who noticed that. Yeah, their Q4 was almost 10 times stronger than their Q4 the year before. And they're about to report their Q1. Big up the lab. Big up Kimala Bennett. Anyway, should they? That's my lab. That's my pick. That's my lab. Both. The lab is my pick for the end of Q1. I don't want to give a price thing. I don't know if I
just leave it then. Right, cool.
But I like to stick to my rules, right? That's the problem. I'm sticking with your rules. Boom, I'm going to do it. Jamaica Producers. There we go. That's my second pick. $26.31 right now with a PE of 24.68 times. I expect them to end Q1, meaning March 31st, 2020, above $32.
I think people will discover that when Wisynco gives another quarter of strong new revenue and strong new profit, they're going to rediscover it again. It's weird because like when nothing was going on, and I think it was Twitter thought that maybe people just buy it up, and Wisynco has fallen
right back down. But the things that they've done are about to come to fruition.
It starts already. One quarter of 30%, 50% new profit and new revenue.
Yeah, and Wisynco is not like an investment company. Wisynco is we sell things to people. We're a distribution, marketing, and manufacturing company. Yeah, big up Mr. Mahfood. Yeah, Williams Wisynco, big him up anywhere he is right now. I like that. Wisynco is a good pick too. Matches the JP. You're right. Yeah, put a price on it now.
Price on it?
Yeah, it's currently $21.19.
30.
End of the quarter.
If people rediscover $30.
Not if, sir.
No, man.
Make a proper price. Price guess.
No, so the guess is not on thing there. So I know profits are coming in strong, but PE is what?
PE at their current price of $21.19 is 23.82 times.
So I imagine like one more quarter of 50% up profit. We're not that down to 18 or so. So,
but once a profit hit,
exactly,
it's gonna fly.
So I don't know if people are comfortable buying at a 20 PE, but they were before on nothing. So
they bought at 30 odd on
exactly,
nothing. So
on nothing. So
yeah, and that's the strength of Wisynco, and it is strong. Yeah. So let's see what they come with. They come
strong
with
company doing some more strong growth.
The man owned the rum company before Christmas,
and they will not stop it. So they've dropped the styrofoam, but that was 1 billion revenue.
Man, them brush that way like nothing.
Exactly.
Light. Them just replace the revenue quickly through the rum and through everything else.
The expense of
brush it like Clark's there.
We bought and say that thing they're done, but we have a lot more things in the place for it.
Yeah.
Because we have warehouse space now. We're not storing that. We have distribution space because we're not storing.
Yep.
So might have to take on a next distribution deal.
Yep.
Like the way they've been doing before, equity and distribution.
And they're looking overseas heavily.
Yep.
Heavily.
And
Big up for Cinco
import,
again.
What yet, you know?
Yeah, but you don't give a number yet, you know, than I guess.
Oh, so I gave 30, yeah.
30 flat.
30
In a
flat.
quarter.
In a quarter. 18. No. Not 30. Give me 20. 26.
All right. Remember that number. So I had said for Jamaica producers, which is now $26.31. $31 is my in a quarter number, right? Not a big jump either, really, in terms of dollar figure. Funny story. That is 17.8% growth between now and March. You remember Barita's guess on First Rock was for 2 years? 17 point something percent in 2 years. Let's see if I get it wrong. I get 2 years worth of First Rock according to Barita's analysis and guess. Because it's both guesses.
Yeah,
but the number,
you have to guess,
yeah. And so that's why I like to look quarter by quarter. Because you never know. You can always find a 17% somewhere. Right? You're with Cinco. You say, what's your target number?
No, 26, sure.
26? And
I think it's worth way more, but you know the thing, yo,
yeah, it's not about what's worth.
So, and then we get discover it when the profit come. Not
there
when
we go.
The strong profits are already there.
There we go. It's not what it's worth. It's what people are actually buying it for. Yeah, that's the difference between price and value, and that's understanding value. We should do a nice episode on price and value, you know. But yeah, I will give you your percentage. So if you said 26 and it 21. Is currently at 21 and 19, you are looking on 22.7% gain. Not bad. Let's see how it go. All right, guys. I hope you guys like that one. I hope there was enough in there for you to absorb. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope you enjoyed it. That was earnings season. Look out for us every Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. or earlier. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Leave the comments online. Subscribe. Guys, if you listen to this on SoundCloud, it's perfectly fine to get yourself a podcasting app. Just click, when you see the tweet come out, say it out, click any one of them, something where you see one name, either Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts or any, there are millions of them. There's whole Castbox, all kind of podcast players. Just subscribe, like it, leave the comments. You can comment on Twitter. You can send us emails at earnings@everymickle.com. Hope you enjoyed. Hope we bring a whole heap of value to you this year, and let's look what happens.
Yes,
look out for it next week. I'm Randy at RT Row.
And I'm Danai at H Danai.
And this has been earnings season. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Boom.